Oh, I always forget to reset the counter. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully good. I'm chilling myself. I have a new game I want to play today, which I'm excited for. So I look forward to that. I was gonna start out with White Album, but I don't know exactly the route I'm supposed to go, so maybe I'll go with Umineko instead. So let me change that category really quick. Okay, let me open up Umineko. Umineko. Nyeko, nyeko, nyeko. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Oh boy. Lots of reading incoming. Alright, let's see that you guys can see it. Okay, you can. Until a second ago, Kinzo's children had been complaining that eating lunch with their father would give them indigestion. But now now that they knew he wasn't coming. But he was here earlier, right? I wonder if he died already. They started grumbling about how he should at least spare the time to come down during annual family conferences. Or is this a different time? Oh, this must be a different time. No one's stomach would fail to rumble after hearing that from the great chef Goda. By the time the splendid dishes were laid out, everyone had stopped talking about Kinzo's absence. It was now Angie's absence that was being discussed. Apparently her stomachache had gotten so bad that both she and Kirie could make it to lunch. Oh. So Angie's here. Hello, Jeremy. I hope you're doing well. So Angie's on the island right now. Interesting.
かわいそうに。ゴーダ、後でキリエさんに相談して、お粥のようなものを用意するように。
ああ、気を利かせてくれてありがとう。
Where are we? Episode 7? I think I missed the last two. Yeah, we're in episode 7 right now. We've learned quite a bit. We've learned that there's so many Beatos, and it can get a little confusing, but we learned that the OG Beato, the one that was with Kinzo, apparently she died during childbirth. So that is interesting. Right now we're in a family conference. I think we're looking at Maria's perspective. Or Maria's past. Oh my god, regurgitating.
ジョージはよく吐いたわね。
Of course he did.
昔は本当に病弱だったのよ。ねえ。
昔の話は許してよ。食事時にする話じゃないよ。
エンジェかわいそう。こんな美味しいご飯なのに食べられない？
かわいそうにな。元気になったらその分いっぱい遊んであげようぜ。
ダメ。
What?
マリアとは遊べない。
She can't play with me? Why not?
なんだよ。どうして？
だってマリアはベアトリーチェと遊ぶんだもん。だからエンジェとは遊べない。
ベアトリーチェと遊ぶって。またどっかに一人でぶつくさ独り言言いながら本を読んでるだけだろ。
Jessica slightly regretted that she hadn't been more tactful. However, she couldn't wipe away that uncomfortable feeling she got every time Maria talked about Beatrice, and that feeling slipped out through her words. How's it going? Hey, Golden Sorcerer! It's going okay. I hope you're doing well.
一人じゃないよ。ベアとも一緒だもん。
Maria may be young, but she doesn't know how to read a person's tone. She immediately burst out in anger, drawing the attention of everyone in the room. Normally, Rosa would have stopped her. However, she happened to have gone to the bathroom at that moment, so there's no one to calm Maria down.
ジェシカはかわいそうだね。毒素の塊だもの。ベアとはまだまだ魔力が弱いから、ジェシカの前になんか現れたら焼き散らされてしまう。でもね、いつかきっとジェシカの前にも現れてくれるよ。うん、誰の前にも。そして黄金鏡の扉を開いてもらうの。でも招かれるかわからないね。だけどマリアだけは連れて行ってもらえるの、黄金鏡に。でもジェシカはダメだよ。ジェシカはダメ。ベアトリーチェのことをバカにする無知猛昧愚昧曖昧、
Damn.
愚かも極まれりの汚らしい毒素まみれの人間風情。
Oh, this is Jessica's past. Oh,
マリア
okay.
と来たらまるで別人さ。
マリア二重人格説なんてのもあったな。
I don't think she has multiple
二
personalities.
重人格。ああ、そいつは多分ぴったりな表現だろうな。あるいはそれがマリアにとっての理想の人格だったのかもしれない。
自分のなりたいもう一人の自分を生み出すの話か。
なんで私のモットーを知ってんだよ。
難しく考えるな。頭痛になら。
It was something Jessica once told Canon. She had been talking about how anyone can create another self in the image of the person they want to be. I think we heard those words somewhere near the beginning of the second game. Now that I think about it, some very interesting stuff's been mentioned since very early on. After this, I'm gonna be playing a new game, so I'm excited for that. I know
自分が本当になりたい自分があるんだ。
I do lots of games, but I'm excited to try this one.
でもなれない。
And then we'll do White Album.
生活やしがらみの中に今の自分がいるからこそ、今の自分を変えるなんてことできやしないんだ。
そうだな。自分を変えるとは環境も変えるということだ。それは容易なことじゃねえ。
だから私は今の自分はそのままに。
For sure, I'm excited as well.
本当になり
Yay!
たい自分をもう一人生み出すことを思いついたんだ。
両家のお嬢様であることを強いられ、チスお前はなりたい自分を見出した。
だからって家で破天荒はできないさ。
What game? It's a secret until we play it! Hehehe.
母さんに怒鳴られるのが
Secret,
オチだ
secret,
ぜ。
secret.
だからそうした。家にいる
Or a
おとなしく親
surprise.
の言うことを聞く私に加え、
I hope you guys like it. It's one of my best friend's favorite
本
games.
当になりたい私をもう一人生み出したんだ。
家ではおとなしく親の言うことを聞き、
She definitely,
表では
she
やりたい
relates
よう
to a
に
character in it a lot. And I'll tell you guys which one.
正しい生き様だ。
It's my bestie.
胸を張れ。
Well, one of my besties. I have lots of
ありが
besties.
とう。まあそのつまりなりたい自分ってのは
Oops,
その
let
気
me
にな
turn
りゃ
the air
あんま
off. Sorry
り作れません
about
もんだ
that.
よな。
There we go. Sorry. I forgot it was on.
マリアも同じなんだろうと思った。
興奮してまくし立てるマリアもそうだというのか。
あれこそが、そう思うことがあるよ。
親族で一番の年少で可愛がられてはいるが、
何を知っても覚えても、そんなのは親族の誰かが知ってる。
Aw.
マリアに威張れることは何もない。私たちはマリアが何かを覚えるたびに微笑ましく
I
褒めて
kind of
た
love
つもりだ
Maria.
けど、
I love Maria too. She's just a sweetie. She's such a poor little baby.
ひょっとしたらそれが
She needs a big
彼女を
hug.
傷つけていたのか
She
も
needs
し
a
れない。
huge, huge hug. I would love to give her a little hug.
Maria.
Poor thing.
何かの権威になり
Twitch is trolling once again, not notifying me you're live. Oh my god, Merc, hello! Well, it's okay, we barely started, so good thing you're in my Discord where I ping every time I'm live. So that way, you know. Yes, ma'am. I was just saying that after this I have a new surprise game I'm gonna play. I think you might like it too, Mark, maybe. It's one of my bestie's favorite games. It's something that all young boys and girls think when they want to shake off their childhood. It's not a bad feeling when you learn something new and your parents praise you. A fun surprise. I'm like Maria. But when you realize that your parents already knew that thing, it sometimes feel like they're talking down to you. You know what? This is kind of how I feel with you guys sometimes. I'm just kidding. When kids learn their one-digit times table, their parents will probably praise them. However, inconsiderate parents will sometimes ask me questions like, what's 11 times 11 or what's 16 times 16 or something similar. I'm just kidding, guys. That happens, the kid will lose his feeling of accomplishment and will start to feel as though he can never surpass his parents. That's not
だから
how
マ
I
リア
feel.
が誰も知らないオカルトに関心を持ち、その知識を深めていったのは容易に想像できる。多分マリアにとっての理想の自分、みんなに尊敬されるオカルトの権威の自分なんだ。
It's interesting that Maria and Kinzo didn't get along because of that, you know what I mean? They both like Beatrice, they both are interested in the occult. What do you feel I wasn't looking? Oh no, I was just kidding. I was kidding about how I kind of relate to that with you guys, about learning new stuff, but you guys know everything, so it's like you're talking down to me, but I was just kidding. I don't feel that way.
普段の生活でオカルトの話ばかりしていたらローザにぶたれるからな。お前がそうであるように普段はもう一人の自分を隠しているというわけ
I'm
だ。
not sure if it was mentioned, but it's because Kinzo has a comically terrible magical talent, but Maria naturally does. Oh, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. So Kinzo's probably like, you stupid bitch, give me that magical talent.
私はこんな時のマリアをそうだと思ってる。いや、本当の自分が普段の自分を塗りつぶしてしまったと言うべきかな。私もそういうのをちょっと覚えが。真相の霊場に憧れて病弱な自分になれたらいいなと思って、咳する真似ばっかしてたら悪い癖になって。
Does she not actually have asthma and she's just pretending? What? Can't imagine what kind of molding he did when Maria started walking around like I met Beatrice. Oh my god, I know, right? He was probably like, what do you mean you met her? Let me meet her. He was probably enraged.
咳込めば周りが優しくしてくれるからか。
So she doesn't have asthma? How did she get diagnosed with asthma though?
いや嫌な話の流れになった時とか空気悪い時とかに流れを断ち切れるし。
なるほど。それもまたお前のなりたいもう一人の。
She has asthma, but she also fakes it sometimes. Oh, okay. That means okay. Thank you. Then just what is Maria's other self? An authority on the occult who can out-argue even adults? Or else does it have to do with her relationship with witches? Either way, denying Beatrice in front of Maria is clearly taboo. In search for something more than her everyday life, Maria found it in Beatrice and inside herself. In that case, is going to the Golden Land with Beatrice Maria's wish? Yeah, no shit. Hello, duh, we already knew
話が
that.
脱線したか。まあそんな感じでローザおばさんが戻ってくるまでマリアは癇癪を起こしちゃって、よせばいいのに私も売り言葉に買い言葉で返しちゃって。
ベアトリーチェなどいるわけないと。
そんなとこいるもんなら合わせてみろよって。マリアが大泣きしだした頃にはさすがに失言が過ぎたかと後悔もしたぜ。
Sorry.
それで
親族会議自体は私が一方的にマリアに対しマリアはケロリとしてたよ。 一人でどこかに行ってまたベアトリーチェと一緒に遊んでたうんぬんと楽しそうに語ってたから、私を含め誰も頭ごなしに否定したりなんかしない。
I do relate to Marie in a few ways, like how she plays alone a lot. I was an only child, and my mom, like, she decided to go back to school to get her master's degree, and so she was busy all the time, and so I kind of just learned how to play by myself, and like I had a huge imagination. I would always like, I was a lot like Maria in that sense, so I relate to that aspect of like just being by yourself and do it, and just running off alone, because then like, because I'm so used to it, I would run off alone when I was in like families and stuff too. Like even when I would go visit people, sometimes I'd just run off alone and do whatever, you know?
もうそういうものなんだと思って聞き流して無視してるってのが正解さ。
親族会議の話はそれで終わりなのか？
You too, huh? Yeah.
この話自体はね、私がしたいのはこれが終わって親族がみんな帰ってからの話さ。
Even after the conference ended, I still felt a bit uncomfortable. If Maria just stayed mad, we would have made up with each other and I could have put it all behind me. But since she got over it, I feel like I was the only one unsatisfied.
おやお嬢様、どうなさいましたか？お暗い顔をして。
ああ、熊沢さんか。いや別に大したことは。親族のみんなは無事に帰ったかな。
時間通りならもう新島の空港
That's
に
the
着かれている
face
でしょ。
of a co-conspirator. You see that face? She's in on it. So Cho's making imaginary friends and having fights. Okay, let me go get more water. I'll be right back. Kumasawa. Okay, I came back with that, but I also came back. I made some waffles earlier and I have some leftovers, so I'm gonna chow down on that as we play.
お嬢様もお疲れ様でございました。
私は何もしてねえぜ。使用人のみんなも本当にお疲れ様。
Sorry, 1 second.
昨日のマリア様との
Kumasaswa. So true. Oh my god, I didn't even see that. The Kumasaswa. Holy shit. Your brain.
まあね。
子供の言うことではありませんか。お嬢様ももう高校生なのですから深く気にすることもないでしょうに。
That's pretty condescending.
熊沢さんはマリアのあれ、子供の言うただのザレ言だと思ってる？
ベアトリーチェ様のお話でございますか？
熊沢さんもベアトリーチェ様と来たもんだ。
Beatrice is the name of grandfather's mistress, the person he's still infatuated with. I realize that as a servant, Kumasawa-san can't speak of her indiscreetly. Still, now that it's become the name of this fictitious witch who lives in this mansion, and it's almost natural for people to call her Sama.
ベアトリーチェなんて 私たちが森へ行かないよう大人がでっち上げた階段だぜ。それをいつの間にかマリアが面白がって本当にいるかのように振る舞い出しやがった。
そんなことを言っては罰が当たりますよ。ベアトリーチェ様はいるのですから。
だからさ、そういうのダメなんだよ、生理的に。ジョージ兄さんの話じゃねえけどさ、サンタなんかいるわけねえとまで騒ぎはしねえぜ。だからってサンタが本当にいるわけじゃねえ。
それは間違いですよ、お嬢様。
間違い？
はい。万物八百万には神様が宿っておられます。同じようにこの島、このお屋敷にはベアトリーチェ様が宿っておられるのです。神様と同じくベアトリーチェ様も敬っていれば、何お嬢様の言うようにいないも同然でしょう。しかし敬いを忘れれば必ずや罰が当たります。これは何もベアトリーチェ様に限ったことではないのですよ。
罰が当たるなんて上等じゃねえか。
Oh god. This is what started
会
everything.
えるもんなら会ってみてえぜ。
お嬢様、
She done did it. Sorry, I'm pouring syrup.
そんな罰当たりではいけませんよ。
お嬢様、
本日はお疲れ様でございました。
シャノンにゴーダさんさ、ベアトリーチェの話は知ってるよな？
まあ存じているといえば存じておりますが、それが何か。
The two looked at each other. They looked like a pair who just heard a clueless person suddenly utter a forbidden word.
ぶっちゃけ聞くぜ。いるの？そんなお化け。
いるかいないかと言われれば、それはいないでしょうが、多分。
私はきっといらっしゃると思います。
どうしているって？会ったことあるの？
直接会ったことがあるわけじゃありませんけど、その
Shannon spoke in detail of how she'd sometimes feel a strange presence or see a silhouette when doing the midnight rounds. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I'll be right back. Sorry, I was just rinsing my plate so, you know, the syrup wouldn't get all stuck to it and stuff when I clean it later, you know. Well, that was yummy. Shannon spoke in detail of how she'd sometimes feel. Oh, I already read that. And each time she started, Jessica would immediately cut her off, saying she must have seen wrong or been mistaken.
ゴーダさんだって会ったことあるわけじゃないだろ？
もちろんですとも。しかし、まあ。
He was being very evasive. Even a man as big as Goda was apparently unable to deny the existence of someone he'd never met. This really didn't sit well with Jessica. She was a resident of this mansion herself. They were acting as though someone she didn't know was living here. Of course she didn't like it.
ちょっと待った。今の話をもう一度。
と言いますと？
貴賓室の話ですか？
Goda and Shannon had been recounting several ghost stories about Beatrice. One of those drew a reaction from Jessica.
そうそう。今の貴賓室の話。
I find it interesting or kind of cute how Jessica and Cannon in all the stories thus far, they've both hated Beatrice. Like, Beatrice has fucked with both of them so much. Like, remember when, Jessica, she ran into the room and she wasn't there. And then she got her eyes fucking gouged out or whatever by Beato where she was blinded. Like, they're haters, I know. They're both little haters. It's so cute. You know what I mean? They're both, oh, that's so funny that they're both like little haters. Both Shannon and Goda glanced at each other. After all, it hadn't been a cool story to either of them.
貴賓室には午前2時に入ってはですか？
午前2時にはベアトリーチェ様が貴賓室にお戻りになるので近づいてはいけないですか？
そうそう、それそれ。面白いぜ。どの話もベアトリーチェらしきものを見たの聞いたのって体験談ばっかだけど、午前2時に貴賓室に行けばベアトリーチェ様にお会いできるってわけだ。
それはどうでしょう。
お嬢様、ベアトリーチェ様を悪く言った使用人にはたたりがあると言われています。ましてや貴賓室はベアトリーチェ様のお部屋。
いくらお嬢様でもそれはおよしになられた方が。
貴賓室って今は鍵がかかってるんだっけ？鍵は
キーボックスにあったでしょうか？
多分源氏様がご自分の席にしまわれていると思います。
マスターキーでも開くんでしょ？貸してよ。
そういうわけには
お嬢様、好んで不吉な場所に近づくことはありません。
おいおい、人の家を勝手に不吉にするんじゃねえぜ。とにかく私は決めた。マスターキーが貸せないなら貴賓室の鍵はあるでしょ？貸して。
お嬢様。
To Jessica, the expressions worn by the pair felt more like an ill omen than anything else did. Jessica's eyes, the ill omen thing wasn't the witch or the VIP room, it was them, Maria and the others who believed in witches. In the end, Jessica forced them to agree and she made them bring her the key to the VIP room. Damn.
ベアトリーチェが本当に貴賓室に現れるかどうか肝試しをしたというわけか。
そんなとこだぜ。しかし私は何を意地になってたんだろうな。年派もいかないマリアとの喧嘩を引きずってたに違いない。
Of course, the weather just had to be terrible on that particular night. To be honest, I slightly regretted sticking my nose into something so pointless, but I'd already said so much and even borrowed the key from them. I couldn't just go to Shannon the next day, have her ask me how it went, and answer, well, I gave up because it was too scary. Tee-hee-hee. Normally, I'd go to sleep long before 2 a.m. If Mom found me wandering the corridors at this time of night, she'd definitely yell at me. So I waited in my room, stared at the hands of my clock as it ticked closer to 2 o'clock. Sorry. Outside, the rain was incredible, the wind strong. Swaying, rustling trees were particularly eerie. I'd complained to Shannon and Goda about making up ghost stories about my house, but I was starting to feel like those ghost stories might not be so impossible after all. The mansion is huge. Honestly, I can't think of an entire mansion as my house. As Mom says, the hallways of the Ushiromiya mansion should be treated like public roads. In other words, my own room is part of my home, but the hallways of the room I don't usually enter are outside. So while part of me feels that this VIP room ghost story was ridiculous, another part of me was so creeped out that it kept frantically trying to convince itself that the first part of me was right. Only 10 minutes left till 2 o'clock. If I want to be inside the VIP room at 2, I need to get there before then.
行くか。悪いが、私も意地だぜ。
Nothing's gonna happen, I know that. It'll just be a stupid waste of time for a few minutes. I touched the doorknob up to the door of my room and was startled by how unpleasantly cold it was. As long as I stayed in this room, I could laugh off anything. After all, this was my room. But it wouldn't be like that in the hallway. That's outside my territory. And the doorknob, the barrier between the two, is ice cold. Idiot. Why are you so scared of me? You aren't taking Shannon, Goda's, or maybe Kumasawa-san's gossip seriously, are you? I'll prove it. There's nothing strange in the VIP room. The corridor was only dimly lit. Before lights out time, the hallways were brighter. But to avoid wasting energy or something like that, we kept the lights to a minimum at night. So even though I was inside my own house, it was very clearly the middle of the night here. Mom found out that I was wandering around at a time like this to go do a test of courage in the VIP room, which I'm not supposed to even go in. I'd get in a lot of trouble. To make sure she didn't find out, I tried to hide my breathing and my footsteps, so the silence felt unbelievably loud. It was so, even though it was so quiet, the eerie sound of the wind was noisy. The sound of twigs rustling, the sound of some pillar in this old mansion creaking. What's that sound like a beak tacking against the glass? Though it was so quiet, all the little suspicious sounds made it seem noisy. Damn, I'm an idiot. Why couldn't I have brought a flashlight at least? A flashlight to use inside my own home? That's even more idiotic. I mumbled this to myself, hoping it would drown out the sound of the wind just a little. Then I saw it, the door of the VIP room. This was the VIP room, the room for important guests. However, as far as I knew, it had never been used before. None of the guests who came to this mansion were important enough to be given use of this room. Though I'd been clutching that key the whole time, it didn't feel warm at all. It still ruthlessly and icily tormented me. Or maybe that was just a warning. Sorry, I had to blow my nose really quick. If you go back to your comfortable room and hide in your bed, then tonight will pass like any other. Just go in.
バカにすんじゃねえぜ。ここまで来て、今さら引き下がれるかってんだ。
Even though the key was freezing in my hand, telling me to go back, it slipped into the keyhole quite easily. All that's left is to turn the knob, open it, and I'll be inside the VIP room. It's not like I've never been in there before. Long ago, I explored and played hide and seek all the time, and this room that I rarely entered seemed unusual and exciting. However, I got in trouble for going in and was told that this room is important, so one mustn't enter without reason. After that, they made a rule of locking up unused rooms, and I couldn't go in anymore. So it's probably been several years since I've gone into the VIP room. In fact, it might just be more than 10 years. Oh my god, I don't care. The inside of the room has probably changed from how I remember it. Come to think of it, even then I felt there was something unsettling about it. Slowly I pushed the door open. The door was light. Even after I let go of it, it kept opening by itself, as though beckoning me in. Beyond it was the darkness as thick and heavy as ink. Even the dim light that peeked in from the corridor seemed bright in contrast. This part is dragging so much. Stuck my head in, feeling about for a light switch next to the doorway. This was a horribly awkward and comfortable way to do it. All I had to do— okay. Unwilling and taking even a single step in the room, I timidly stuck just my arm into the darkness and felt along the wall. Click! Switch, which was hardly ever used, felt stiff and lifeless. However, once the light turned on, the darkness vanished in an instant, and there, exactly as it had been, as though not a thing had changed in all these years, was the VIP room. The curtain and bed cover might have been slightly different, and maybe the chairs and the light had changed too. Still, if I had to put it in words, I'd call it the feel. The stiff, lifeless feel of this room hadn't changed. If I hang around here, someone might find me. I'd rather not have Mom find me here. I readied myself, and as though I couldn't even bring myself to enter this room while the lights were out, I finally entered. As soon as I closed the door, I felt an oppressive, suffocating sensation. Alright, I've shut myself in the VIP room. Bring it, Beatrice.
今何分だ
Looked around the room, but I couldn't see any clock. I'm not in the habit of wearing a watch around the house. Damn. Now I'm not sure what time it is, so I know it's only a few minutes left at most. Tried to suppress my desire to use going to get a clock as an excuse to run away. Even so, just standing around like this was boring. When I looked around again, searching for something to sit on, I found something strange.
なんだよこれ
A lifeless head? Oh, it's a doll. And placed on the side table next to the bed. If this room had been used often, I'd have thought it was just one of the owner's personal belongings, but no one lived in this room, so this can't belong to the room's owner.
お供えかよ気持ち悪いぜ
Really did look like an offering. A small French doll was sitting on the side table. The doll's hair was gold. It was wearing a black dress. Just who managed to find this doll and where? There's no doubt that someone placed this doll here to symbolize Beatrice. Does that mean this doll is supposed to be the owner of the room or something? It looked like an offering to that owner. There's a small plate with several cookies wrapped in wrapped chocolates. It was all set out neatly and there was no dust piled up on the doll. In other words, both the doll and the offering were taken care of on a regular basis by the servants, kept in good condition along with the rest of the room. Taken care of? No, it's more than that. It looked like an offering, no, like some sort of worship, a prayer saying, please don't curse us. So even though the doll was more than eerie enough by itself, viscerally it was even more unnerving to imagine it being kept safe and worshipped in a place like this.
バカバカしいぜたたらないでくださいって柏手でも撃つのかよ
Jessica forced herself to look away from the bizarre doll. She couldn't bring herself to sit on a bed that wasn't hers. Then again, she didn't really feel like sitting down on a chair either. She'd lost her desire to sit on anything in this room. Wandered about aimlessly, then peeked out the window through the gaps in the curtains to stare at the dark, rainy night. What the hell am I doing? Hanging about in the VIP room this late just because of that fight with Maria is still eating at me. This is totally pointless. Beatrice. Just when did that strange witch start living in this mansion? Grandfather's always yelling about her. Since it's apparently the name of his dead mistress, people started talking about how her ghost must haunt this mansion. There's that kid's horror story about the witch in the forest, which might be a ghost story made by the adults to stop the kids from going in there. The portrait grandfather had hung up in April was really striking. There was also that weird epitaph, the creepy words on that, which sounded like some sort of ceremony with human sacrifices, made the name of Beatrice seem more unnerving. At some point, those stories mixed together, and now people say that the witch Beatrice exists. I don't believe in Beatrice, because I know she's just a fictional person made by the fusion of a few horror stories. Beatrice, who is grandfather's mistress, probably did exist, but she wasn't a witch. Story of the Witch of the Forest was made up by adults to prevent— yeah, you've already said that. That was just a made-up story, not reality. In fact, I've heard about the adults who once scared the kids with stories about the wolves living in the forest. Apparently, the kids realized the wolves couldn't possibly be there, so it was changed to the witch. That's because Rosa went in there and there were no wolves. When the portrait was hung, the once fake character suddenly had a face, and people acted as though she'd been around since long ago. That's right, it's all a ghost story someone made of fiction. And Maria calls Beatrice her best friend, and the servants worship her like a house shrine. I just don't get it, and it creeps me out. The sudden ring of the phone made me jump so hard I thought my heart would explode. There's a phone on the bedside table across from the one with the doll that was ringing noisily. However, I was only surprised by the first ring. By the time it had rung 3 times, I regained my cool enough to grumble about it being a prank done by someone to scare me. If I was rushed to pick it up, I'll probably hear someone laughing at me, saying, "Were you scared?" I thought ignoring it instead, but it kept on ringing incessantly. It was a pretty loud sound to have going on this late at night. If Mom somehow managed to hear it from her room, I'm screwed.
Hey, hey. ああ、驚いたとでもいやいいんだろ。
I decided to pick up the receiver. I'll just say that surprised me and maybe follow up with, "Looks like Beatrice didn't show up after all." After all, this is my victory in a sense.
もしもし。
ベアトリーチェ、こんにちは。
マリア？
I don't get it. Did I hear that wrong? Why would Maria be calling here?
もしもし？
この間は楽しいお歌を聴かせてくれてありがとうからお返しにマリアもベアトリーチェに歌うね。習った新しいお歌を歌うね。
The voice, the intonation, the manner of speech, all of it clearly belonged to Maria. But what is she talking about all her by herself? Maria just kept on happily talking as I stood there, stunned and unable to interrupt. Eventually, Maria started singing an old familiar kid song that even I knew. I don't get it.
マリア？ちょっと待てよ。なんなんだよ。わけがわかんねえぜ。もしもし？
The voice and the lights, everything disappear. In the pitch black, I couldn't see anything. I couldn't tell what was happening. I don't get it. What's going on?
Nani? 今の。
Does being in darkness really slow us humans down so much? I knew it's dark, but I really have absolutely no idea what just happened. What was that shuffling sound just now? I'm not sure. I can't explain it. An incredible slithering sound like someone crawling out of a bed. I didn't think I'd heard it. It wasn't that vague. I definitely heard it happen right next to me clearly. However, there was no change to the bed. No one had been sleeping there in the first place, and the sheets were still perfectly straight. Someone had crawled out of the bed. Had laughed in a creepy voice before leaving the room. That's what it felt like. Felt like I'm here and the bed's right there. I'm not only in the same room, I'm right next to it. So why am I so unsure about what happened just a few seconds ago? I gripped the receiver, which had gone completely silent, and waited there alone, unable to move, in a quiet room that seemed identical to the one I entered. Huh? What? If nothing's changed since the beginning, I can just pretend that last minute or so didn't happen, and yet... if something has changed, that would prove something really did happen.
なんだよ。なんでねえんだよ。
Is the doll gone? Did it follow the floor? No, it's not here. No matter where I look, from whatever angle, it's not there. The offering plate with cookies and chocolates is still here. But the thing that it was being offered to, the doll is gone.
嘘だ。
Then what just happened? Is this Beatrice-sama doll supposed to have cackled out loud and left the room? No, that crawling sound was too loud to have been made by a doll. It was a noisy sort of sound, like a kid playing with a blanket and using it as a cape. Then what? That Beatrice-sama doll, supposed to have turned into a human and then run cackling from the room.
嘘だ。
After that, nothing happened. The doll alone disappeared. Nothing else changed. In a VIP room that had remained completely unchanged and was filled only with the sound of wind and rain, I stood there too shocked to move.
人形は結局見つかったのか？
物陰からベッドの下まで探したさ。それこそ中に入り込んでまで。でも見つからなかった。
一体あの部屋で何があったと考えてる？
ベアトリーチェ様のたたりなんて思いはしねえぜ。あるいは使用人の誰かのいたずらだったかもしれね
え。いたずら？
マリアの声はあらかじめカセットテープにでも取ってあって、それを午前2時ちょうどに電話して再生ボタンを押した。 そしてほどほどのところで配電盤か何かで停電させた。それからあらかじめ貴賓室のどこかに隠れてた誰かが気持ち悪く笑いながら人形。そう考えりゃ辻褄は合うぜ。
釈然とはしてないようだな。
そりゃそうだろう。
おやしろ様。
だってこれが私を脅かすためのいたずらだとしたら大掛かりが過ぎるぜ。
They all need Oyashiro-sama. They made Maria sing beforehand and record it. Then someone called the VIP room and replayed that recording. Then someone waited until exactly the right time and tripped the breaker for the VIP room. They turned off the power to the VIP room and you'd have to go to the basement. There's a switchboard booth down in the boiler room. There's no phone line down there, so you'd need a different person to play back the Maria tape. You need another person to hide in the VIP room and cackle before leaving. Just how long would this last person have to hide in the VIP room beforehand? How long would they have to hide in the pitch black VIP room under the bed, for example, waiting to scare Jessica, who might or may not come?
魔女のたたりなんてあるわけもねえぜ。でもよ、人間のいたずらだと考えて私を驚かせるためだけに何時間も暗闇で待ち構えてたって考える方が私はよっぽど薄気味悪いぜ。
同感だな。いっそたたりの方がマシだ。そのことを後日使用人たちには聞いたのか？
聞いたってとぼけるに決まってるぜ。それに最低3人だぜ。あの日は源氏さんと郷田さんと熊沢さんとシャノンの4人が泊まってた。そのうちの3人があんな薄気味悪いいたずらに加担したってのか？わけわかんねえ。だから私は聞けなかった。
True, it had been a strange experience for her, but it wasn't something completely impossible for humans to do. Even so, it really must have been more unnerving to imagine a large number of people planning so carefully just to scare Jessica. It's no surprise that Jessica found this scarier than Beatrice's curse.
今でも使用人たちがお前をはめたと信じてるか？
いや、多分ビビっちまった私の勘違いなんだよ。きっと人形はどこかに転げ落ちて私がたまたまそれを見つけられなかっただけなんだ。
すべて気のせいだったと言いたいのか？
人形が消えた以外何の変化も証拠もない。
Gotta go eat dinner, I'll be back. Okay, have fun.
マリアにも後日聞いたけど歌のことも電話のことも知らないと言われた。とぼけたのか本当に知らないのかはわからないけれど、とにかくあの晩のあの出来事は私が確かにあったと言い張ってるだけで何も証明することができない。
皮肉だな。たとえお前が本当にベアトリーチェに会ったと言ってもそれを証明できないのと同じだ。
しばらくはショックだったけど時間が経ってあれは臆病な私が落雷か何かで一瞬だけ停電したのにびっくりして庭木の枝がちぎれてバサバサ落ちる音を誤解したんじゃないかなって思えるようになった。
笑い声は？
変な鳥の鳴き声とか、とにかくそう聞こえてしまう何かの聞き間違いだったかもしれねえ。私は強がってるだけで本当は信じられないくらい臆病だったんだ。だからあんなことがあったように誤解してしまったんだ。そう考えるようにしてあの晩のことを忘れようと自分に強く言い聞かせた。
すべては闇の中か。
人間忘れようと思えば結構できるもんだよな。以来ベアトリーチェという言葉を聞くたびに嫌な気持ちがこみ上げる。でも それを顔に出さないように努めてる。
うん。
おしまい。私に話せるのはこの程度の話だけだぜ。情けない話だから誰にも内緒
This
に。
seems like a decent stopping point.
私がビビリだったって誰にも知られたくねえからな。
わかった。最後に一つだけ質問したい。
貴賓室のことで？
After the, we'll see after the VIP.
違う。食堂でのことだ。
食堂？
お前の階段の直前の親族会議の日、食堂には親族。
ああ、当時はまだバトラは戻ってなかったけど、それ以外は全員いたよ。もちろんじいさまは除くぜ。
演者は腹痛で空席だったな。それはお前の隣の席だな。
そうだぜ。
それはお前の右の席だったか。
そうだぜ。それが何か？あれ？おかしいな。どうして？
十分だ。無理に考えるな。頭痛になら。
どうしたんだ
I
い？
feel like that was a big hint, but I don't remember enough about the seating to understand. But okay, I think this is a good stopping point.
ほんと。ヤスはどんくさいだけじゃなく、よく物をなくしたわね。なのにさも私はなくしてません。確かに置いたのに誰かが取ったんですみたいな目つきをしてて、本当にイライラしたわ。
集中力のない子だった。無意識でぼんやり行動してるから自分の行動がいい加減になる。
でも最初のうちだけですよ。途中からは注意するようになって、そういうこともなくなって立派になりましたし。
そうだっけ？まあその程度できて当たり前なんだけどね。
その当たり前ができるようになるのが成長というものですとも。皆さんだって何事も最初から要領が良かったわけではないでしょう。
というか、要領が悪かったら後宮家には推薦されないわ。私たちはエリートなのよ。幼いからできないとかそんなの言い訳にならないわけ
だな。ヤスが成長とともに要領を覚えるなら、成長してから後宮家へ来ればよかっただけの話。
そんな、一生懸命学校とお仕事を両立させて頑張ってるのに、みんなちょっと厳しすぎると思います。
その厳しい中から選ばれたのが私たちでしょ。私たちに甘やかす義理はないわ。つくづくヤスってなんであんなどんくさいのに選ばれたのかさっぱりだわ。
福音の家の誰もが憧れる後宮家使用人への推薦。厳しい選考をくぐり抜けて栄光を勝ち取った先輩使用人たちから見れば、ヤスはどうして推薦を得られたのか不思議なくらい、いろいろと要領が悪かった。もちろん年相応には努力している。しかしいつしかヤスに事あるごとに小意地悪に接するようになるのである。後宮家での生活に慣れはしても、未だ友人の一人も作れない。いや、いることにはいるが、それは人間ではないのだ。第3章、虜になる日々。
そういう時もありますね。忙しい時に限って妖精さんがいたずらでもしてるんじゃないかしら。
It's a witch pulling pranks on me. I mean, I knew I'd put it right there. When I looked away for just a second, it had disappeared. The witch had pranked me again. I left my master key behind. Madame found out and I got in a lot of trouble. But I always put my master key in my pocket after I use it. Why was it put in a place like that? And this is the third time it's happened. The last 2 times I realized it wasn't in my pocket. I managed to find it before anyone found out. But the third time Madame found it, I was really mad and frustrated with the witch in the red dress.
ベアトリーチェ様のいたずらでは困りましたね。でも魔女が相手ならおまじないで何とかできるかもしれませんよ。
A ritual? Kumasawa started fishing through the kitchen cupboard, saying, "Now where did that go?" Thing she finally found and brought to me was a kite string. She stretched it out for me to see, then used a knife to cut off 50-centimeter piece.
これの端に鍵をくくりつけ、反対の端はポケットのボタンのところにでも目立たないようにくくりつけておきましょう。これは雲の糸のおまじないなのですよ。
A spider web, like the ones evil spirits of Irokenjima fear?
そう、よく覚えてますね。この島の雲の糸には霊力が宿っていて、強い魔除けの力を持っていると言われていました。ほら、こうしてピーンと張ると雲の糸のようでしょ。これで雲の糸が苦手なベアトリーチェ様はもういたずらができないというわけですよ。
That does make sense. It really does look like a spider web when pulled tight. Since Kumasawa-san says so, must have some pretty strong evil repelling power. I can just ask her to make several of these kite strings for me, and then I can tie them to everything I don't want to lose. But of course that wouldn't be very practical. I'd have strings all over me. What about things I can't keep tied to me, like pencils and erasers?
そういう時は別のおまじないがありますよ。それは鉛筆さんや消しゴムさんにお家を作ってあげるおまじないですよ。
Make a house? You mean build a roof and bed and stuff?
お家を作るのではなく、お家を決めてあげるのですよ。例えばこのタコ糸を切った包丁さんも、僕もうお家に帰るって寂しがり屋さんだからすぐにお家に帰りたくなってしまうの。だからお家じゃないところに置いてしまうと迷子になってしまって、くすんくすん。ほら、こんなところに置きっぱなしにしたから包丁さんが寂しくて泣き出してしまいましたよ。
Poor thing, we have to get Mr. Knight home.
包丁さんのお家はここですよ。ほら、家族の包丁さんたちがみんな待っているお家ですよ。ママ、ただいま、おかえりって。え
Kumasawa-san returned the knife to the knife holder under the sink. Even though she had done something so ordinary, I felt slightly moved, as though the lost little knife had finished his adventure and finally returned home. Once he slid into the spot he was supposed to be in, all the knives would be together and could have a party. Then, Kumasawa said we should give them privacy and shut the door.
魔女に隠されてしまって困るものは、だから魔女が楽しいところに連れて行ってあげようねって言うと、そうならないためにはどうしたらいいでしょうね。
Take them home right away.
そうですよ。寂しがり屋だからすぐに魔女について行ってしまういけない子たちなんですよ。だからすぐにお家に返してあげないと。ほら、さっきタコ糸で縛ったままそこに早くポケットのお家に帰りたいってくすんくすん泣いてますよ。
Sob, sob, I'm lonely. Voice of the lonely master key finally reached my ears. I hurried to pick it up, took the other end of the string and tied it to my pocket button and put the key in my pocket.
ほら、ただいまって。マスターキーさんも寂しがり屋だから、お仕事で使った後はすぐお家へ返してあげましょうね。こういうお友達を少しずつ増やしていけば、ベアトリーチェ様もだんだんいたずらはできなくなりますよ。
When break time was over and I stood up to see what I should help with next, I felt a tug and the key with the master key fell to the floor. Once again, I had left the master key on the side of the sofa and forgotten it was there. The instant I stood up, the string pulled it out on it and it fell to the floor. Without her Kumasawa's spiderweb charm, I would probably have left that master key lying here again. The master key left all alone would have been led away by the witch and disappeared. Well, that was close. And once again, I heard the master key, who had almost been left on its own, cry and tell me that I wanted to go home. Kaishite. I'm sorry. Come on, let's go back home in my pocket. Yay, I'm home. Thank goodness. I almost got pranked by the witch again.
なんと、まあ、糸で結ぶとは面白い真似を。
All of a sudden, I heard a wild, shocked voice from over my shoulder. It was the voiceless voice. A witch's voice, the kind you can't hear unless you try. Beatrice?
そうであるぞ、我が友よ。ぼんやりとまた鍵を置き忘れるから、それでからかってやろうと思っていたら。
It's a spiderweb charm that Kumasawa-san showed me. Apparently, it does the job well.
悔しいが効き目はあるぞ。とても触れたいとは思えぬ。そなたもカミソリの刃に指を当て横に滑らせたくはあるまい。
That's a scary example. My finger hurts just thinking about it.
しかしよかったではないか。また鍵をなくしたと夏日に怒られずに済んだぞ。わらわのおかげだな。感謝せよ。
Why?
わらわが腹立たしかったからこそまじないを覚えたのであろう。そのまじないでそなたは鍵をまたしても置き忘れるといううっかりをこうして防げたではないか。つまりわらわのおかげも同然ということよ。感謝されるのも道理であろう。
I really don't like it, but she does have a point. Because of all the trouble she caused me, I talked to Kumasawa and learned the ritual from her. Even without the witch's pranking, if I didn't have that ritual, I would have gotten to my next job and left the master key there. If that happens, then surely I wouldn't have been able to find the key and it would have been a big mess.
こういうのを一罰百回という。わらわは友人としてそなたのミスを過剰にいたずらして思い知らせることで、こうしてそなたを立派に教育したというわけなのだ。
I get the feeling that Kumasawa is the one I should be thanking, not you.
やれやれ、魔女とはつくづく感謝されぬ家業よ。
Anyway, I win this time. Okay, I need to get back to work now.
よかろうとも我が友よ。今回は勝ちを許そうぞ。されどわらわは諦めが悪い。この負けを取り返すべく以後さらにますますにそなた心せよ。そそっかしいそなたが置き忘れる小道具などいくらでもある。それらすべてにタコ糸を縛るわけにもいくまい。
Spiderweb ritual isn't the only one I have. I also learned the take them to home ritual. I won't let you have your way anymore.
どの程度そなたがやれるものか拝見さ。それにしてもなんとも晴れやかな笑顔を見せおって、魔女が来るのは笑う角でなく泣きっ面がふさわしい。もう休み時間は終わっているぞ。せいぜい今日も先輩たちの足を引かぬように仕事に精を出すがよかろう。
Sure, today is Sunday and the weather is wonderful. I better do my best.
せいぜい励め。そうそう、レイネの機嫌が朝から悪い。目を合わせぬ方がよかろう。それから水難の層が出ておるぞ。水の入ったバケツの近くでは常に注意するがよかろうぞ。そなたのこと、きっと我が期待を裏切らずバケツをひっくり返して叱られてくれることを心待ちにしている。
Thank you, Beatrice. Back when I still couldn't see her, I simply hated this prank-loving witch, but now that I could talk with her, it felt as though she wasn't all bad. Of course, there was no need for me to be grateful to her, to the witch called Beatrice, who despises boredom. Mocking the misfortune of others is like what eating food is to us. Humans and witches are different, incompatible beings, and yet it felt as though we could become friends. course she's still a witch. I mustn't get careless. And yet not being careless is a good thing. Thanks to the tricks and rituals I used to keep her at bay, I'm able to concentrate. That could hardly be a bad thing. Those things will be useful for my job and my life, even when I don't have to worry about the witch's pranks. I see, so this witch called Beato really is like a demon. Apparently it's possible to build up a friendship even while speaking hostily to each other.
あの日から目に見えて変わりましたよね。
いろいろなおまじないのせいかな。
ですね。あの子は本当に律儀な子だから。私の教えたおまじないをしっかり守っているようでしたとも。
いちいちタコ糸で縛って、あるいはいちいちお家へ帰るって。ええ、時折口に出してやってました。まるでお道具とおままごとをしてるみたいで、とても可愛らしかったですよ。
子供みたい。
子供でしょ。
大人になら同じ言い方をすれば伝わりますけれど、子供は本当にいろんな子がいて、いろいろな言い方があるんです。それをちゃんと見つけてあげれば、ものは上手に教えられるんですよ。
怒られる方が覚える子、褒められる方が覚える子、いろいろです。
近所の子にちゃんと物をしまわないと妖精さんが隠しちゃうぞって脅したことも。その妖精があの子の場合は魔女になったというだけの話。
しかしなんだか運命的な話だね。
だって熊沢はこの子がベアトリーチェの子だって知ってたんでしょ。
ええ、知っていましたとも。
ベアトリーチェの子になんだかおかしいですね。
It's like his mom telling him.
だからあの子が物を魔女に隠されていたずらをされると言ってきたとき、これはきっと亡くなられたベアトリーチェ様が魔女になって自分の子に物を片付けなさいとおっしゃったから、あの子にはそう教えるのが一番だと思ったのです。
物を置いた場所をすぐ忘れるとかすぐなくすとか、それを払拭してからはどんどん明るくなっていきましたね。
弱点は克服することで強みとなり、自信となって人をたくましくしてくれるのです。あの子のそんな日々、それはもう実の孫のように可愛らしかったですとも。
源氏様、お疲れ様です。
皆大掃除ご苦労だった。普段使うことも少ない客室だが、清掃もまた寸分の気の緩みもあってはなら
無論です。使用人一同心得ております。
そうあってほしい。見回ったところ、これを拾って、これは誰のであるか。
Genji took a master key ring out of his pocket. Apparently someone had dropped their master key. All the servants swung around to look at me, the usual offender.
なに？またやす？
そんな決めつけはいけませんよ。
私はもちろん持ってるわよ。こんな大事なものを落とすわけがない。みんなは？
持ってます。持ってる。
ほらやす、この間奥様にきつく絞られたのに、これだからあんたはいつもの我なら冷たき目線を集めただけで火のあるなしにかかわらず、しかしもう我は違う。だから誇らしげに雲の糸を引くそれを高々と掲げるのだ。
ほう、落とさないようにという工夫か。良い心がけだ。
Genji-sama's face was as expressionless as ever. However, those were unmistakably words of praise.
そうです。もう落とさないんです。だっておまじないがありますからね。
That's right.
我は誇らしくうなずき満面の笑みを浮かべるのだ。この日この時この我の幼少の記憶に忘れがたい1ページを刻むこととなる。されば源氏が見つけたる鍵は誰のもの
There's only one servant who hadn't raised their key. She muttered, "It has to be Yasu's key, not mine," and fished in her pocket. Her face went pale.
日々の仕事に寸分の気の緩みもあってはならん。だが時に失敗はある。それを咎めぬが己を顧みず仲間の失態を決めつける態度は到底褒められたものではない。
申し訳ありません。
The older servant turned red and hung her head. Behind her, though no one else could see, it was the witch.
我が友はもはや同じことは繰り返さぬぞ。何しろわらわが虎視眈々と狙っているのに一向に隙を見せぬのでな。しかし残念、こやつが鍵をなくしたのなら早速いたずらをしてやればよかった。
Now we've just devoted 50 hours to the string on a key. Yasu's taken a like. This is a great moment of maturation. Yasu really fixated on little bitty things, or maybe Ryoki should. Yeah, they did. Let me go get some water really quick, though. I'll be right back. Please don't prank people other than me.
何か言った？
No, nothing.
してやったりと思うつもりはないけれど、どんくさいといつもバカにされている我がようやく胸の晴れた一日であった。この日を境にようやく我は後宮家の使用人としての生活に慣れたと自覚できるようになるのである。
褒められると自分は認められたって気持ちになるよね。
大事なことだ。人の成長に欠かせぬ。
人は成長するとどうなるのかしら。
まず余裕が生まれる。それまで本当にこれで正しいのかと怯えながらしていた仕事が自信を持ってなせるようになるのだ。
確かに気楽になれば余裕も生まれるね。
余裕が生まれるとどうなるのかしら。
日々を楽しめるようになる。源氏風に言えば気を緩ませることができるとでも言おうか。
気を張りっぱなしじゃ疲れてしまう。それは良いことだね。
ってことはそれってつまりサボれるようになるということ？
サボるといえば聞こえは悪い。しかし要領よく仕事をこなし余った時間で日々を楽しむことは決して悪いことではないぞ。そういう時間は人間を豊かにしてくれるものだ。
そういえばゴーダはよく仕事の合間にクロスワードパズルをしているね。
クロスワードパズル。
余った材料で勝手に創作料理を作ったりもしてるわ。
適度に遊び気分をリフレッシュさせるのは効率上も悪いことではなかろう。創作料理も遊び心と仕事の融合と言える。源氏とて誰も見ていぬところではテレビを見たり主の酒をくすねたり小難しい本を読んでいたりしているわ。
源氏が
要はうまく仕事の合間を縫って要領よく遊ぶということだ。過ぎれば気の緩みとも言われよう。しかし仕事と遊びのメリハリがつけられるようになって初めて人は一人前になるのだ。つまるところ仕事だけで精一杯なうちは半人前ということよ。
じゃあ あの子は仕事の合間に遊ぶということを覚えたってこと？
あの生真面目な子がサボりを覚えるなんてちょっと考えづらいね。
交流を覚えた。親切にしてくれる熊沢との仲を深め、本の貸し借りとその感想を語り合う関係を得た。
我にも学校にて友人はいたが、仕事の都合もあり、気取らぬジェシカも親しくしてはくれたが、夏日の厳命もあり、一緒に遊ぶこともできなかった。そんな我にとっていつも母のように優しくしてくれる熊沢は最も親しい存在であった。
孫ほども離れた二人のこと、駆け回って遊ぶわけではない。熊沢の趣味に興味を持ったのだ。
熊沢の趣味って何かしら？
本だ。意外かもしれぬが、あの熊沢なかなかに推理小説を好んでおった。
どんな本か関心を持つうちに自分も読んでみることに。
その通りよ。推理小説は読みながらに語らうのもなかなかに楽しい。すでに答えを知る熊沢にしても聞くのはさぞや楽しかったに違いあるまい。
無論いきなり熊沢の読む難解なものから入りはしなかった。まずはおすすめを聞き、学校の図書室から探してきて読んだ。使用人室にも持ち込み、休憩の合間などに少しずつ読み進めた。そして新しい推理が浮かぶたびに、それをすでに答えを知っている熊沢はニヤニヤと笑いながら我の推理に相づちを打つ。それが我にとっての楽しい時間だった。
お風呂行かないの？浴場の時間終わっちゃうよ。
Yeah, just a bit more. Another one of the Indian figures just disappeared.
すっかりミステリー好きになっちゃって、あんまり熱中して読んでるとまた興奮して寝つけなくなっちゃうよ。
According to Kubasawa, the culprit has already appeared, but I don't have a clue who it is.
それどんなお話？
It's by Agatha Christie, and then there were none. It's really interesting, almost like a crime happening on Rokunjima.
それすごく有名な推理小説だよね。
I'm Kumasawa.
最後犯人がメッセージボトルで真相を告白するまで完全犯罪だったんだっけ。すごいよね。
Spoilers, Shannon. Spoilers. Yeah, what the hell? I'm enjoying myself, so don't spoil me. Go take a bath now. I'll go by myself later.
はいはい。じゃあ後でね。お風呂。
Spoilers, Shannon. Fucking hell. Holding change of my clothes, Shannon smiled amusedly as she left the room. Probably won't be able to read the whole thing tonight, even though I know that I just keep turning the pages, unable to find a good place to stop. My new joy, the mystery genre. The mental game of thinking and theorizing. I'm also talking about it with Kumasawa. All of that left me enraptured.
そなたもすっかり本の虫であるな。まあ、熱中して寝不足にでもなってくれれば、わらわもいたずらのしがいがあるというもの。
We can't have that. I better find a place to stop soon.
わらわの生まれた太古の時代には推理小説なる娯楽はなかった。そなたの肩越しに読ませてもらっているが、なかなか面白い読み物であるな。
Beato, who do you think is the culprit?
今読んでいるその本の
Yeah. Who is this Umineko When I wonder?
孤島に犠牲者を呼び寄せし犯人であろうが。
There are no more than 10 people on this island, and Umineko doesn't exist.
島に10人を閉じ込め、どこか遠くでのんきに餓死を待っているに違いあるまい。
No, that's not right. He or she's on the island. They're one of the 10 people. I just don't know who.
なぜに島には10人しかいないと決まっておるのか？
That's just how it is. Since if you doubt that, you're stuck, or it's just a standard rule of the mystery genre, or
島の主であろう？隠し部屋に潜んでおるのかもしれん。 あるいはわらわと同類1000年を経た魔女かもしれぬぞ。いやいや、たかだか10人を殺すのにこの手間では1000年は経ておらぬな。この魔女せいぜい495年程度しか生きていまいぞ。
Closed rooms do appear a lot in mystery novels, and books often use the phrase, it could only be conceivably have been done with magic. Here I am with a witch right before my eyes. It's a complicated feeling.
密室殺人とは面白いものであるな。オチを読めばそれは人間小説、すなわち推理小説となる。しかしもしオチを破いて失わせればそれは魔女小説、すなわち幻想小説となる。
Huh? That's a very interesting way to look at it. So there's only a tiny difference between human and fantasy novels?
トリックがあれば人間小説になる、なければ魔女小説になる。そなたが読むその本の最後のほんの数ページをそやつをアンノーンとしてわらわに列する魔女とすることができるわけだ。
That might be surprisingly wise coming from you. So the culprit of an answerless detective novel is a witch.
この世の闇はすべて我ら魔女のものよ。
I have to be really quick, I'm sorry.
さすればわらわは全世界古今東西すべての推理小説に犯人として君臨できようぞ。
Except if you reason it out right and find the true answer, then the witch is done for.
推理小説とやらはやはり面白い。これは実に愉快な思考のゲームであるぞ。
That's right, this is a thinking game. Fight against the book, make a theory, and then compete against friends who've also read the book.
いいや、魔女と人間の戦いでもあるぞ。わらわの密室殺人という名の魔法を許すか否定するかのミステリーという名のチェスである。
So it isn't a book I'm reading, but a challenge against you?
いかにも。先ほどシャノンが言うにはこの話、ラストではメッセージボトルによって真相が明かされるというではないか。つまりそれまでに物語の真相を暴くことができねばそなたの負けということだ。何しろメッセージボトルがたまたま目につくところに漂着したから良いものを、もしも割れて沈み誰の目にも触れなかったなら、すなわち人間には不可能、魔女の犯行ということではないか。
That's a fun way to look at it, a fight between me and the witch. Yeah, I really like thinking of it that way.
これよりわらわはそなたがそれを読み終えるまで495年の魔女アンノーンであるぞ。そなたに我が孤島殺人のトリックが見破れるかな。
You do have one theory, you want to play with me, don't you? I've been reading books so much you've gotten lonely.
そうとも言う。
Puh. Incidentally, the game Bito and I played around and then there were none ended with my defeat. In the end, I wasn't able to build a satisfying fury and I had to learn the truth from the message bottle. Luckily, it did manage to drift into human hands. If it had sunk to the bottom of the ocean as Beatrice suggested, I would have had no way of finding out the truth. In other words, I was forced to acknowledge you and Owen as a witch. Mystery. I once thought it was just genre for novels. To think that it can so easily become a fight between witches and humans, truth and fantasy. I was instantly enraptured by this new game. As the months passed by, I read through all the mystery novels in the school library and started to read mystery novels for adults. Discussed them with Kumasawa, I discussed them with Shannon. Played my game of theory chess, the fight between witches and the truth. Those days were so much fun. Oh, I am one yet many. Here's to the fun game of the mind that enraptured me. Sorry, one sec.
第4章新しき日々
You can say this in half the words, bro. I know, right? The months and years slid by. In my new, more colorful life, I smiled at the spring sunshine peeking through the trees. I gazed up at the column of summer clouds and enjoyed piles of fallen leaves and item, and played in the winter snow a few times it did fall. As these days passed one after another, there was a considerable change to my environment. The servants coming from the food clean house had switched. There weren't any specific grades like in school, so there was no rule saying how long a servant could work before quitting. Each servant made their own decision about when they would graduate from Rokenjima. Some of those who couldn't stand the environment would quit as little as 3 days. After all, life on Rokenjima was strict. It was also strict in the food clean house, of course, but there were a lot of Rokenjima-only rules. And Natsuki, the one who supervised the servants, was also very authoritarian. It was probably easy to feel trapped. The trap feeling and the money sat on the opposite side of the scale that they used to decide on the time of their graduation. And sometimes someone from the Uchirome family would use their influence to secure someone a new job, encouraging them to spread their wings and start a new life. The cycle usually lasted 2 or 3 years. No one decided this, but it was one of the goals most servants shot for, like an unspoken rule. However, I was an exception to that rule. I continued to go to school in Nijima while still living as a servant. That year, all of the food clean house servants quit at once. It wasn't at all rare for friends to quit at the same time as another. All of my fellow servants from the food clean house graduated from the island at once, leaving only me behind. Of course, I wasn't on particularly good terms with them. It's interesting that they left. On the contrary, it was annoying to be treated like a kid and called Yasu all the time. Though some of the new servants had come after me, the older ones had already gotten them believing Yasu loses things all the time. So it wasn't really any more pleasant to have the new comrades. Those unpleasant over-servants, as well as the ones who started the same time after I did, quit all at once. The Uchirome family made no effort to stop them from leaving. Adult servants were easier to handle in the first place. The food clean house servants were only accepted so they could be trained. So all the servants beside me left and no one tried to stop them. Yeah, you already fucking said that, dude.
じゃあね、ヤス。あんた、物をなくしたりするんじゃないわよ。
I don't lose things anymore.
じゃあね、奥様の言うことよく聞くのよ。後から来る仲間に迷惑かけるんじゃないわよ。いまだに謎よね。どうしてヤスはここに推薦されたの？それを言ったら、いまだに奥様がヤスの勤務を認めてる方が意外だわ。逃げ出さない分だけ根性があるってもんだ。しっかりな、ヤス。
I hate being called Yasu. At the very end, I finally said one thing I'd always wanted to say to them. However, they basically ignored me and just picked up their things and left.
みんなとはついにお友達になれなかったね。
I didn't even want to.
向こうもそうだったろうし、おあいこだね。あの人たちのことはもう忘れちゃおう。もうお互い何の関わりもない。だから 心に留める必要もない。
Yeah, you're right. I felt just a bit disappointed. I never got a chance to prove to them that I could take care of myself.
人は最初の印象をいつまでも引きずる生き物だからね。だから仕方がない。あなたがどんなに素晴らしい人間に成長しても、彼女らはきっといつまでもヤスと呼び続けてあなたをバカにしたと思うもの。そんな人たちに認めさせようと思うなんて全然意味のないことなんだよ。
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Shannon. I'll completely forget about those people.
それがいいよ。あなたには私や熊沢さんなどの素敵な友達がいるじゃない。
Shannon was exactly right. Ever since that day when I held the key with the spiderweb charm up high, I'd regained my confidence and pride. I'm now the most experienced food cleanser. What about Shannon and Genji? And Kumasawa? And Goda? The new servants who come will still probably be— oh, Goda wasn't here yet. Hold on. But I need to teach them the ropes as the more experienced servant. Genji-sama even told me to lead the newer servants as a senpai. Okay, I'll give it my all.
その意気だね。一緒に頑張ろう。
Yeah. I think I might pause here. I'm like feeling really sleepy. I was wondering when we were gonna see the rest of the Seven Sisters. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep, and I don't want to fall asleep while playing this. Imagine. So I might take a break, and I might stream later. I know it was a super short stream, but like, I don't know, I guess I just need to go back to— not because it's boring or anything, I'm just like drowsy, you know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But, maybe— I think I just used a lot of energy yesterday. I just ate and I feel drowsy. Oh, yay! We can be nap buddies. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go take a nap then. Maybe I'll come back later to— oh my god, it's already 5 p.m.? What the fuck? Well, anyways, I might do a late stream, or maybe I'll just be back tomorrow. I'm not sure. My body's out of whack right now. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really glad we got to watch or play together. And I'll see you guys all next time, okay? We'll play some White Album and stuff too. So, thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time, okay? Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye! Oops, I didn't ping my Discord. Let me play this song because I want to listen to it. I love this song so much. Ooh, you. Ooh, you. I hope everyone— I'm back again. You can call me Miku, blue hair, blue eyes. Oh, tie-dye. Oops. I love this song so much. I'm thinking Miku, Miku, ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Murky! Hello, Golden Sorcerer. OMG Murky. I'm so glad I got to stream again and you popped in. I just wanted to start the stream with this song because I love it so much and it was stuck in my head. To be you. So, I was gonna start with White Album, but since Murphy's here, I'll start with Umineko, okay? But I'll still play White Album after. I'm thinking of playing a lot. I'm in a way chiller mood. Honestly, it's because I got some weed. I've been out for a while. Out of it for a while. So now I'm ready to play a lot of games tonight. I actually have another surprise game, and I'll explain why I'm playing it. So let me change the category while I'm at it. So we'll go Umineko, then we'll play White Album, then we'll play the new game, or maybe Life is Strange. Maybe Life is Stranger than the new game. Maybe some Paper Mario too. You know what I mean? It might be a really, really long stream. I'll have to see what happens. I'm thinking me too, ooh, ooh. I'm glad you're excited too. Oh, I love it. But yeah, how are you guys doing? What's up? How was your days? Anything cool happened today? So hype, yay! I watched John Wick 3 with my bubby, so we can see the one that just came out. Oh, I hope it was so fun. I've actually... Here, let me go close to the mic since the music is playing. I actually have never seen John Wick. Oh, it just ended. Oh my god, I'm so silly. I've never seen John Wick, but I've heard so much about it. It was good. I love John Wick so much. Well, I'll have to watch it. What was I? I was watching some other movie. And someone said, is this John Wick but for something? And I can't remember. I can't remember anything. I'm so stupid. Is this John Wick but for... What the fuck have I been watching recently? I can't freaking remember. Man, my memory is... You know? Mr. Keanu Reeves, you're so fun. Yeah, I really like Keanu Reeves, you know? I think he is such a cutie pie. And I love how he talks about his mama. And his girlfriend is so beautiful. I think if they're still dating, I'm not sure. But she is gorgeous. Gorgeous! He is so lucky. He is so lucky he bagged such a fine lady. Did you finish any anime you've been watching? I have been watching more Chobits, but I've been in a really weird mood with watching stuff lately. I've been trying to get into stuff, but it's really hard for me, so it's kind of a pause. But I was gonna look through the recommendation channel and watch one of those. John Wick is so badass, but also has a heart. He really sticks to his ideals. Sort of reminds me of Will. Oh, cute. I literally, yes, Strange, what'd you literally do? I'm on the edge of my seat waiting. Also, yay, I was waiting for the other the other Sisters of Purgatory. I was wondering if they were ever going to show them. And so I'm glad that the next wave of servants is them. I thought she was going to fight. Oh, watched all of Chobits until the second to last episode, expecting it to be a battle anime. I thought she was gonna fight. Oh my god. I can Chi. Chi is literally me. When is she gonna fight other robots? Oh my god. That is actually hilarious. It's a romance anime. Oh my god, Strange. That's so fucking funny. Oh my god. But yeah, Chi is literally me. Yay, I love these two so much. Beelzebub and Asmodeus. I've only seen a couple eps, but good god, that's so funny. Help. Yeah, there's some parts that I skip through, mainly the parts with the male, because he's kind of annoying, unless it's like an important part, you know what I mean? But I love... Try watching Fruits. Oh yeah, it's definitely on my to-watch list. Yeah, no, I've heard so much about Fruit Baskets for so long. I know it's really good, and I definitely intend to watch it, but I need to nail I need to finish Bleach first. And then I need to finish all the stuff on so I need to finish Chobits, then I'm going to finish Bleach. Then I'll see what else is on my... Oh, I need to finish 7 Deadly Sins. Have any of you seen Seven Deadly Sins? I love that anime so much. And I'm literally Elizabeth. I have a lot of kins. What can I say? I kin Elizabeth. Season 1. Yeah, you know the girl in it? I don't remember how it ends, but I remember. Do 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 do, yeah. Let me be with you. It's such a cute opening. Other of these seasons are so bad in production, you better read the manga. Oh, I've seen a bunch of the seasons. I still love it. But I intend to read the manga eventually, yeah. But I'm literally Elizabeth. Cuties! My cuties! Hey! Fuck this guy! Leon, you fucking asshole. I don't like you anymore. You don't get my sympathy, you stupid key-losing bitch. Okay, on to the mad counter. Oh yeah, my partner watched it. I don't think it's for me, but I do like the fucking Giga Chad guy in it. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it's okay if it's not for you, but I love it. You know, not everything is for everyone. Escanor, I think they're thinking of that. I think Melodious is Giga Chad. Oh my god, I just spilled water on myself. Thank god it was me, not the keyboard. It's always a positive. Just the red outfit crop top man. Red outfit crop top. Oh, Bon! You're thinking of Bon. Yeah. That's so funny. He's so hot. He is. I like all the characters. Like, I love this anime. Yeah, he's smexy. He is. Clueless. No, he's a good character, Merc. He really is. When I first joined the Ushiromiya family, I was incredibly nervous. However, I couldn't see any trace of that nervousness on these girls. 2 minutes into the opening Umi and there's already a 1 on the counter. Cause look! Stupid Leon called them superficial, and these are my babies. Like, and they haven't been mean to him, so he's just being mean for no reason. You know, like, I understand. I wasn't really gonna defend my babies in the last scenes because, you know, they were kind of bullying him. That's not good. But here, they literally were like, "Hi, so nice to meet you," and they're like, "These servants look a bit superficial." Like, go drink bleach, you know what I'm saying? The Kazusa gift from the bottom is so adorable. Oh, yay! I'm glad you like it. One of the people in here, Golden Sorcerer, picked it. Nice to see you, Infinity, and I hope you're doing well. I love the Bebe one. Oh, that's the Madoka. That's what the Madoka character is called, right? I'm like, who the fuck is... Or is that the cat at the top? I'm trying to remember. Bib is the Madoka thing in the bottom corner, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I never remember her name, but I love her. So yeah, it's just such a cute gift. Took me a lot to remove that background. Well, I'm so happy to, you know, that's such a, it's such a cute gift. I'm glad we were able to figure it out at least. I'm sorry it took a lot. Here's the devil-loving idiot.
どうやって選ぶの？誰が選ぶの？
Me, I did it.
理事の先生方が来て面接をされるんです。
テヒヒヒ。
他にも日頃の素行とか。じゃあ先生の前でだけいいこぶってても合格できちゃうってこと？
Wait, give me 1 second. Oh, okay.
まあ、その。
At least I learned now, so next time will be easy. Yeah, I would love to ask you to help me with that, maybe. That would be really cool of you.
福音の家よりやってくる子たちは
For
いつだ
sure.
って個
Oh,
性的だ。
thank you. You're always so sweet, Golden Sorcerer. All of you are always so sweet to me. Thank you all, actually. You're all just so nice. It makes me very happy. Also, I love her so much. Every time I see her, I'm definitely gonna cosplay this one day. I'm 100% gonna cosplay this because I'm in love with her so much.
それが使用人としての日々の中で研磨され、
The hardest is probably gonna be able to find a wig that specific color. It's so beautiful.
やがては後宮家の使用人の名に恥じない立派な姿に成長していくのだ。とはいえ、それを促すのは先輩使用人たちの役目。
I love Claire. Mm-hmm.
今や我だけが古参である以上、彼女らを立派に導く責務があるのだ。
新しく来た子たちはどんな感じだった？
もちろんエリートね。貧困法制な。奥様や源氏様の前ではそうだったと
I
思い
need
ます。
some reasons.
でも目上の方がいらっしゃらないときはちょっと不真面目だったみたいで。
So your mouth? That's my mouse. Sorry. Sorry. I'll move it out of the way. Oh, that was something. No, but my mouse really does blend in sometimes really well.
Asune-san.
Like more than usual. Yeah, Strange is also always really funny.
お道具は使うたびにちゃんと台車に戻してください。え？はーい。ごめんなさい。
ごめんなさい. Oh, I love them. They're so cute. I also have to be alert as the more experienced servant. And Belne-san, where's Mammon? We haven't seen Mammy yet. They're being rude. Well, no, they're just being lazy. Which I guess is rude. But it's different than the rude of the other girls, in my opinion. So I just think they're cute. I'm being a little sinister today. I also have to be alert as a more experienced servant. And Belne-san, you shouldn't set your key down in a place like that. You'll lose it.
なくしません。
Oh, cutie
私
pie.
置いた場所は絶対忘れませんから。
When I first arrived here, the older servants would often tell me off just as I had done now. They'd probably have been mean and obnoxious about it. I hated that, so I tried to be more gentle when admonishing them, but they wouldn't take me seriously. Listen up. You know there's a witch living in this mansion, don't you?
おお、ベアトリーチェよ。それ似てる。まさかシャノンちゃんも。それ信じてるわけじゃないですよね。
Whoa.
いえ、本当にいるんですよ。物をほったらかしにしておくと魔女がいたずらして隠したりするんですよ。
It's true. I've gotten in trouble many times because of it.
魔女が物を隠すなんて。そんなことあるわけないじゃないですか。魔女なんてそんなのいるわけないし。
I definitely like Asmo more than... I love Asmo a lot. I really just love Asmo.
いるわけないです。魔女なんて。いたずらだと思ってました。いや、そう思っていられるうちが気楽だった気がします。
魔女ベアトリーチェは確かにいたと思う。
私は信じない。
Raisins are so good, man. Apparently they're really good for you
ベアトリーチェだ
too.
ったかはわかりません。でも人間じゃない何かが確かにあのお屋敷にいたんじゃないかと思います。人間じゃない何かというのは ベアトリーチェの可能性
Oh,
も
they're
ある。
talking about my cock.
バカバカしい。
Episode 7 OST. It's not so hard. Just like my cock. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It does. I like the music.
私もバカバカしいと思いたい。あれはきっとヤスのいたずら。仕返しでしょ。私も最初はそう思ったけれど。
いたずらでは説明できないことがあった。
必要というか気持ち悪い。具体的にはどんなことがあったの？置いたものがふっと振り返った拍子にはもうないんです。ヤスが隠したんでしょ。
The building up of unexplainable planks.
最初はそう思った。そう考えるのが自然だった。でも違和感も覚えてた。あんな気弱な子がそこまでえげつないことするかなってずっと思ってた。
Probably.
どんなことがあったか。
I mean, we know Gap is there, but still.
鍵束がなくなった時には私が見てない隙にヤスがひょいってどこかに隠したんだろうと思って。でも鍵束から一つの鍵だけが消えてて、それがありもしないところから出てくるなんて考えられない。
Well, Gap can get a key off a key ring really easily.
その鍵だけあんたが見てない隙に引っこ抜いたんじゃないの？
Unless it opens, then it's
そん
not
な
that
ので
hard.
きる？実際に鍵束を丸ごとひょいっと隠すならとも鍵束から鍵を一つ抜き取るって考えれば考えるほどに簡単じゃないよ。ガチャガチャガチャガチャ、すぐそこで私が背中を向けてるのよ。そんなこと悠長にやってたらいくら私がバカでも気がつか
Oh,
ない。
never mind. Looks like it's not that hard to remove the key, maybe? I don't know.
音もなくスーッと鍵が一つだけ消えていた。
Well, it's Gap or someone very sneaky.
あの時に
Or that's Gap too. But you know, it could be Magic Gap or just normal Gap.
これ逆ギレしたやつのいたずらじゃなくて。
So who would Gap be? We know Virgilia's a servant. Is Gap another servant? Maybe Gap's like one of the directors or someone who has... I don't know. Where is Gap though? I want to look at her. There we go. Her queen bee strikes. Well, she knows how to kick like George and Ava do. And she has very blonde hair. What if she's related to the first Beato? Like, I know Beato's parents died, but what if Beato had a cousin or a sister? Or what if Beato's mom didn't die? And this is Beato's mom. I don't know. Or maybe it's nothing. And they'll never explain.
やばいもんなんじゃね。その紛失した鍵は
But it is interesting how Gap's the only one who's not a servant. Because we know Virgilia and Ronove are 100% servants because they've said this. Or at least, at the very least, Virgilia's a teacher. Right? But no one... Gap has nothing except that she's a demon. Like, you could see the Chiester sisters as being in some sort of, like, regime or whatever, right? Like, something official. But what about Gap? It's just like, she kind of sticks out like that. It's very interesting. I can't wait to find out what it is, if there is anything. I hope there's something.
ロッカーからベルネうっかり屋だからさ、ひょいって鍵をそれだけ外してロッカーにしまったのを忘れてたんじゃないの？鍵玉からなんで わざわざその鍵だけを外すわけ？ハスね、鍵玉の鍵外したり、あるいは戻したりしたことある？私も試してみた。あれすごく硬い。わざわざやらない。やる意味ないし。私無遊病。
Did she get roofied? Yeah, someone that exists before others. Well, she is Beatrice for now, but we don't have the name Gab. Well, we know she's not Beatrice. It's literally told us like this isn't Beatrice, but for now she's being called that. So she's literally not. Like we know it's Gap. Like eventually they'll get to know it's Gap too, because that's what the game said. Oh, what a queen. Me too, girl. I'm gonna screenshot that. Cause that's me for real. Okay, that part isn't real. Good thing I screenshotted the first part. I forget everything. You know, I actually had it's kinda Beatrice placeholder, I guess. I don't know. I don't agree. But what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. I used to have a really good memory, like almost impeccable. But then when my mom died, kind of sad. My memory I started having huge gaps in my memory, and I'm slowly getting that memory back, but ever since then my memory has been so bad. So it's a little sad, but I'm okay with it. It's not supposed to be depressing. I just felt like talking about it. Oh, but sorry, I don't mean to be sad. I'm just explaining. I'm just a little airheaded now. I was always a little airheaded. I just released my inner airhead. You know what I mean? I'm living my true self right now. But I like it. I love that part of me. That's okay with me. I love being a little forgetful little bunny. I used to have good memory too, but it's getting very weak. And my brother! My brother! We also like who you are? Aw, thank you. I'm just saying, I could if you have like cloth or satin gloves on, you can muffle the sound. So you could just slowly take one key and then put your hands over where the key ring opens, and it'll muffle the sound really well when you take it off and then close it back again. So I don't think it's impossible. I'm not really buying this, but I also think it could just be Gap. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's Yasu getting revenge. I don't know. Maybe Yasu is just fucking crazy and is accidentally doing what Gap is, whatever the fuck Gap's doing. And is just like schizophrenic. You know, like that one movie about the mathematician? That was a good movie. What is it, like Beauty of the Mind or something? Beautiful Mind? I don't know. It's a really good movie.
私がないないって大騒ぎしてあちこち探し回ってロッカーの中で見つけるまでずっと一緒だったじゃん。ありえないって。私ヤスに当たり
Even
散ら
as
し
I
ながら
jumped
感
at
じ始
Yasu, I
めたと
began
い
to
うか
feel it. I mean, Yasu's eyes seemed to be saying it
この
silently.
子の言うさ
According to Yasu, the reason the thing used to go missing all the time wasn't because Yasu was forgetful, as everyone said, but actually it was
私
because
と同じで
impossible
突
thing.
然
Oh wait, she's saying this?
その
Oh, there wasn't a quote, so I wasn't sure. My bad.
ヤスはずっと一緒だったからロッカーに入れるのは不可能。
そんなおかしなことが他にも。
I honestly think if this one is a girl, this one is a guy.
そう物がなくなるとか単純にそれ
Or
だけじ
maybe
ゃ
the
ないことが
opposite. I change my mind all the time.
他にも
All I know is they're opposite genders.
さすがに薄気味悪くな
Or
って
did it say different? I
物
don't
とかその
remember.
辺に置かないように気をつけたけど
Maybe they're neither. Fuck
それでも
Fido.
ダメだった最初こそヤスなめんなって思ってた
Fuck
けど
if I know.
途中からマジでこれは違うって理解し始めた。私がポケットに入れっぱなしにしてたはずの鍵束から鍵が消えたことだってある。私は気づいた。
Sorry, 1 second. Shall we?
ヤスがいたずらしてんじゃない。ヤスも私も同じ何かにやられてるんじゃないかって。落ち着きなよ。私は一部はヤスのいたずら。
Those two are definitely confusing.
それ以外のほとんどはベルネのうっかりか勘違いだと思ってるよ。確かに屋敷はいつも薄暗くてどこか薄気味悪かったし、なんかたたりとか呪いとかそんなのがあってもおかしくなさそうな雰囲気はあった。そのせいできっとベルネはおかしな方向に怯えちゃったんじゃないかなって。あんただって見たでしょ。ほらあの雨の日記念室に消えるおかしな白い影を見たでしょ。見たけど白い何かを着た奥様かお嬢様じゃない。白い何かって何。そんな服を着てるの奥様もお嬢様も見たことないよ。というかこの貴賓室いつも施錠され
Honestly,
てる
being
し
a hashtag doubter, it's true.
奥様とかは鍵持ってないし、あれは絶対幽霊とか絶対に魔女の影だった。とまあ途中からベルネはこんな感じ。すっかり怯えてしまった。私はベルネがビビればビビるほど魔女なんてバカらしい、そんなのいるわけないって思いを強くしたけど、でもさすがに空気を読まざるを得なかった。というかうかつに口にしない方がいい話題だと階段とかたたりってさ、部外者が聞くと本当にバカバカしい。でもね、そこにいる当事者からするとあれは本当に笑えない話だったよ。アスネはちっとも私の話を信じてくれなかった。だから私途中からアスネに相談するのやめて、私はあんたのいたずらだと思ってたけど絶対にあんたじゃない。なんかおかしなものにやられてるって。
This place looks like it sucks to work at. Give me the McDonald's instead. True. Now I want McDonald's.
なんて。
自分も同じようなことが何度もあったけど、誰に相談しても信じてくれなかったって。第一先輩とかはヤスのことバカにしてたけど、ヤス年下に仕切られるのはムカつくからいつも反抗してたけど、そんなヤスがそこまでバカにされるほど物をなくすなんだから確信したの。いる、このお屋敷には 間とは異なる何かおかしなものがいるって。
それが魔女ベアトリーチェだと。
Get wrecked, girls.
もしそれがそう呼ばれるものならば信じる。とにかく人間じゃ説明ができないものが確かにあの屋敷にはいたの。
Poor
それを理
Beelzy.
解できない人たちが私やヤスのことをドジだのうっかりだの勝手に言ってた。分かってない。全然分かってない。でもベルネもさすがにヤバいと思ってしっかりするようになったじゃん。そしたら物がなくなるとかの騒ぎなくなったじゃん。やっぱりベルネの勘違いだったんだよ。違うよ、私ヤスにシャノにクマさん。そしたらやっぱり魔女はいるって。古い使用人たちはみんなちゃんと敬ってるって。私はベアトリーチェなんているわけないって。だから心を入れ替えた。ヤスに貴賓室の人形のお参りの仕方を習った。源氏様に頼んで鎮守の社にもお
Oh,
参り
that's
さ
why
せて
the
もらった。
doll is in the room. Interesting.
そしたら収まったの、ピタリと。アスネも途中から魔女のことバカにしなくなったからよかったけど、もしも空気読まずにずっとバカに
It's
し
funny
続
because
け
it's
てた
not
ら
even Beatrice. It's
今
fucking.
度はあんたがたたりの標
Wonder
的
if
に
Bunny
さ
would
れ
like
た
this
に違い
play.
ない。
Everyone says there's a flute and they all saw it. I would be nice to the witch. I wouldn't mind being a housekeeper either, slash servant.
私が保証するよ。
I mean, I'm like Chester 45. I get nervous around authority. I'm a big people pleaser. So I try my best to be a good servant.
さすがに
I seek their approval.
私もドン引くかな。口に出して言いやしないけど。あんた分かってない。本当に分かってないよ。だから私は新しい後輩にはきちっと教えたよ。このお屋敷にはベアトリーチ様という魔女がいる。バカにするとマジでたたるからって。ベルネ、物がね、消えたらそれは魔女がすぐ近くにいて私たちを見てるって合図なんだよ。
So maybe Gab is the one who created Beatrice. Like the. Maybe Gab's the murderer. Because if she didn't fuck around with Yasu, no one would have started talking about Beatrice. You know?
いたずらだとか魔女なんかいるわけないとか、そんなことを言ったらもっともっとたたられてしまう。私もヤスもそう。鍵が消えたらそれは魔女が現れた印。
Belne-san carelessly tossed her keyring on the bed again, humming as she started to clean. No matter how much I warn her, she doesn't change her ways. She's always making fun of me and calling me Yasu, so she won't listen to what I tell her. Why don't you listen to what I say? You mustn't leave things lying carelessly about. You can't explain it, it's gotta be a witch. If you lower your guard, the witch will prank you. You're so funny.
うまそうな鍵束が放り出されておるわ。
Stop it, please. That's Belne-san's key. Keep your pranking to me left alone. To me alone. Let the others be.
そなたは最近すっかり用心深くなって面白くなかったところだ。冗談冗談。それにしても我が友が親切に忠告しているというのに耳を貸さぬとは不愉快な奴らよ。 我が友を蔑む言動の数々、わらわに対するものと受け取らせてもらおうぞ。
Are you planning to steal her key? Please don't do it. She'll think I hid it again.
わらわの魔法をそなたごときの仕業と見下すか。ならばよかろう。人間には無理なことを見せてやればよい。我が魔法を見せてやる。愚かなるベルネとやら、我が友の忠告に耳を貸さなかったことを後悔させてくれる。
What a good friend.
この希薄な体では物足りない。借りるぞ、そなたの体。久々に本当の魔法を見せてやりたくな。わずかのひととき、再び我が身を現世に。
Huh? Ah! She possessing him? Shiver ran up my whole body like an electric shock. Yeah, he is Nope, Leon's just fucking schizo. Not that there's anything wrong with that. They're just a little crazy. We're all a little crazy. A shiver ran up my whole body like an electric shock. From that moment onwards, I couldn't move any part of my body by my own will. Like a moment of shock after a blackout. Could do nothing but accept the fact that I had lost control over myself. All the cells throughout my body felt tingly. Felt as though my body had been transformed into someone else's. I realized that the witch Beato was using my body as a vessel to revive for a short period of time.
いいぞ、この外気の肌をくすぐる感じ。やはり肉体はいい。
What are you trying to do? Please don't do anything mean. This time everything was backwards. My words were spoken inside my heart, and the witch's voice was coming out of my mouth.
怯えるな。すぐに体は返す。ささやかないたずらで懲らしめるだけであるわ。そなたが疑われるような安っぽい真似はせぬ。
Oh, also, Mark, don't forget, and to other people, don't forget that my channel points has new stuff like changing a GIF on screen or changing my PNG. So if you guys are interested, make sure to save up for that.
さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい。そなたがどこにて眠っていたのやら。
I think subscribers get more points, channel points per, I don't know how long. So if that appeals to you and you have Prime, you can use it. If you want to use your Prime on someone else, I totally understand. Or if you want to sub, that would be cool. But if you don't, I totally understand too. Just you guys being here makes me happy. Once again, that tingling sensation slid up my body. I could feel it all gathered in the fingers of both my hands and come out the tips of my fingers. But I do have very cute subscriber emotes, I will say. But you can use them for free in my Discord. It was unfathomable, indescribable, unknown sensation. My head went blank and I couldn't think at all. I could do nothing but abandon my soul to the sensation. I finally understood this is what it's like to use magic.
さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい。そなたがどこにて眠っていたのやら。
My finger was moved like a puppet's and danced around as though it was conducting magic. I never knew that having my body move without my control could be so exciting. When Beato lifted my finger as if a string was attached to it, the key ray lying on the bed stood on end. Bella-san didn't notice, neither did Asne-san. They were fully occupied by their happy chat as they cleaned their room. Thought that either of them would have dreamed that a witch was right behind them, readying herself to use magic. They probably couldn't even imagine the keyring doing a little dance right behind their backs. It was like a cartoon fairy tale I'd seen once as a kid. The happy way the keys danced and spun made it look as though they had a will of their own. I could feel the fun of making those keys dance with my fingers wash over me. Yes, this is pleasure, as I powerlessly watched the witch control me. Couldn't help but surrender myself to this new joy called magic.
おっといけないいけない。鍵タバコとなくしてはまた我が友が疑われてしまう。いなくなるのはそうこの部屋の鍵だけでよい。
Byato controlled my fingers, controlling the magic, and thereby controlling the keys. The keyring slumped down on the bed, and then just the mansion's master key stood on end.
さあ
Big breath.
このただ消し去るだけではつまらぬというものならばそやつのロッカーにでも放り込んでおくか。これならばずっと一緒にここで掃除をしている我が友にはアリバイがあるというもの。さあさあ思いそなたがどこで眠っていたのやら。そこは暖かくて暗い場所。ベルネのロッカーの中であるわ。
When Byato snapped her fingers, the key burst and became a gold butterfly. A gold butterfly? See, it's gold because she's the golden witch who gave the master all of his gold. And the butterflies are scared of spider webs, so it's a gold butterfly. The minions of the witch Beatrice are gold butterflies. After flitting into the air, it burst into a shower of gold sparks and disappeared, and then the vanished key was in Belnisan's locker. Though it was far away in a changing room locker, I could tell exactly how it happened. It wasn't by sight or by touch. It was by some other sense inside my heart which couldn't be explained by the five senses. A completely new sensation that I'd never felt before. It was the completely alien concept called magic. A completely unknown pleasure that left me in a trance.
もうよいぞ我が友よ。この体そなたに返すぞ。
Felt as I had been spinning through space until gravity suddenly came back and threw me to the ground. When you're having a great dream but you wake up suddenly and all you remember about the dream was that it was fun. That sort of lonely feeling. Though Beato had been borrowing my body, it was my own body that used magic. I could still feel that sensation in my hands. The key ring over there had danced along with the movements of my fingers. No, that's not quite it. The keyring and my fingers had danced together. That fun, that excitement, still tingled slightly in my hands. Saying this, Belne-san suddenly turned around and picked up the keyring she had thrown down on the bed. She must have realized that I was staring at it. With a grin, she put the keys back into her pocket. However, she still hadn't noticed. She probably couldn't even imagine that just a single key had vanished while her back was turned for a second. It's not easy for a human to do things like that, but with magic, with just a little dance of the keys and a butterfly popping, it had disappeared.
Hi! 指先点検ベッド OK カーテン OK お道具 OK 鍵も OK ね大丈夫でしょ
Yeah, that's good. Let's go on to the next room. Belne-san, could you lock up this room for me?
はーい
Did Ben-san's key really disappear by magic? Was the fun magic daydream I had just a daydream I had? I was so scared of that being true that I tested it.
どうしたの何やってんのあれ何これマジ
What's wrong?
これじゃないしこれじゃないし
あれ
あれどうしたの
どうしたの
鍵私が閉める
I wonder what you'll think of this part. Me too.
わけわかんない何これマスターキーがない マスターキーだけない。どうしてこんな頑丈なのに抜けるわけないのに。
Could faintly feel that tingling sensation running across my fingers again. That night, as I gazed at the ceiling from my bed in the dorm room, I looked at my hands. I couldn't sleep. The excitement from the time those keys jams was still there in my fingers. Is this how Beatrice, how witches always feel? I have a friend who's a witch called Beatrice. She always used to pull pranks on me with her strange magic. Because I saw this all the time, I thought I knew what magic was. But today, she'd possessed my body and used magic with it. The sensation of magic that I finally felt at that time still held my heart entranced. It was a completely unknown pleasure. After all, by moving my fingertips, I could make the key dance as I wished. It was a strange, strange miracle of magic, something humans could not do. And I still couldn't let go of that excitement. Shannon, are you awake?
Nani?
Shannon was still awake. Shannon was always early bed, early to rise. By getting to bed early, all of her weariness disappears by the next day. And she lives a model life, one that servants should respect and admire. If I want to become a loved, respected servant like Shannon, I'll need to act that way too. However, I wasn't confident I could do that anymore. I guess I can't become like you after all.
どうしたの？突然。
You were my ideal, always. Sounds like they're in love with Shannon. Everyone in the Food Queen house loves you and is kind to you. Since you always played with me, you're the only friend I've ever had. And you're a wonderful servant who can carry out any task in the mansion both flawlessly and gracefully. You're the target I long to reach. That's what you were to me.
一緒に頑張ろうよ。ほら。 石の上にも3年っていうみんなどんどんあなたを認めてくれているよ。だから一緒に素敵な仕様に。
Wait a minute, are we canon? I don't know. No, we're Yasu. We're not canon. Why do I keep thinking we're canon? Wait, isn't his name Yasuhiro? I knew we were canon! I'm so fucking smart! So fucking smart. Never mind. That's not canon. That sounds like Beatrice.
使用人より魔女の方が面白そう。魔女って何の話？みんなに愛されて頼りにされる使用人って、今ももちろん憧れるけど、でも今の私には魔女の方が憧れるの。それは
Shannon was confused. It was hardly surprising. All this about quitting as a servant was at least understandable, but she didn't know how to answer after hearing her roommate wanted to become a witch.
魔女ベアトリーチェ、今日ね、ベアトリーチェが私に乗り移って私の体を使って魔法を使ったの。その時その未知の世界にこうゾクゾクっとしたものを感じたの。それは後宮家の使用人に推薦されたことを知らされた時よりも知らなかった世界を初めて知ったような、まるで暗闇の世界だけに住んでて世界を全て知っているようなつもりになっていた私が初めて光を知って世界を目にするような、そんな喜び、興奮。
Byato had only used my fingers, made a keyring dance, and turned a key into a butterfly before hiding it in a locker. But I understood it with my body. If I'd moved my fingers in a different way, the ring could have flown into the air instead of just dancing. I could have turned into a scurrying lizard instead of a butterfly. I could have done anything. True, Beatrice's magical power was still weak, but it had happened in a little world behind the backs of servants who were filled with anti-magic toxin. However, inside that tiny, short-lived world, I could do anything at all. Beato just happened to settle on making them dance and turn the key into a butterfly. If she wanted to, she could have done anything else. This endless sensation of that free, unrestricted power, I could still feel it on my fingertips. I still think she might be schizo. Could it be that along with that sensation, a fragment of that magical power might also remain? I can tell, it's still there. There's still just a bit of it there along with that sensation. I can do it, I can still do it. A single spot of golden light suddenly lit up in this dark room. It was right between my clasped hands. When I slowly opened them, I could see a single dot that sparkled gold. Shannon didn't know what the light meant. How could the light appear from the palm of my hands? And yet, even with this miracle right in front of her, she couldn't understand what it was. She just sat there with her mouth open in disbelief. The world that only appears when people's backs are turned is such a cool idea. However, to me, this was just the return of that bit of sensation in my fingertips. The golden dot spread out and became a small golden butterfly, flapped its wing and scattered gold sparks about like a cartoon fairy. To Shannon, it probably just looked as though gold butterfly was flapping its wings. Of course, that alone was a miracle she could hardly grasp. But to me, it was like a remote control plane in the shape of a butterfly. I could control that gold butterfly however I wanted, not clumsily with threads. I could make it flap, dance, play through the air as I wished. I was taking a walk through the air as that little butterfly. The golden glint of it pierced the darkness of the small room as it danced about freely. It was an entrancing pleasure. Okay, Schizo's crossed off the list because Shannon's there. But it's from her perspective, so maybe not. However, that sensation in my fingertips began to weaken. I could tell that the few magic butterfly scales left on my finger were going away. Finally, the gold butterfly flashed and turned to dust like a firework run out of juice, falling down and disappearing without a trace.
今のは一体これが魔法すごく楽しいよ魔法魔法私の指にまだ少しだけ魔法が残ってたから使えたでも本当の魔女になればもっともっと自由自在になんでもう私はこの楽しさを覚えてしまったのもう人間には戻りたくない使用人なんて退屈なのだから魔女になるよ魔女になるって
Shannon should grow her hair out.
待って
Why is Shannon even able to see the magic? Well, this is being told from our from Yasu's perspective, so it could be that she's just imagining this. Because why is Shannon here and Cannon's not? And why is Shannon this old if it's so far in the past? Why isn't Shannon younger? So, that's suspicious. Or it's that, or it's that, Shannon can see the magic because magic is real. But the way you guys always talk, it seems like magic isn't. Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the screen.
決めたのシャノン
I know that picture. It's so funny.
この部屋をあげるね。
That's not spoiling it at all. What are you talking? You guys are more spoily than Strange has ever been. Shut the fuck up. I'm just kidding. That was supposed to be playful and it sounded way worse than it did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
あなた一人で使って。
It was supposed to be playful. I'm sorry. I feel really bad now. Sorry, my delinquent came out. I didn't even take that as a spoil. Ian, you know I'm fucking joking. Oh, I can't tell. Sometimes I can't tell, I mean. I am also joking. Monsieur Sorcerer.
じゃあね。
Meow meow meow
さよ
meow.
なら。
Bun is dead serious and so mean. Oh, she's so mean. Murky, you little... Pika-chama's being naughty again, little kitty kitty.
待って。
I swear. Can't believe I'm being bullied in stream. Wow. Well, after all the bullying you do in this game, that's fair motherfucking karma, Miss Murky. Or Mr. Murky. Excuse me. Monsieur. What is the character in this game called again? Burncastle. Man, my memory sucks. Whatever do you mean? When I use the laughing emotes 99% of the time. Oh, okay. I'll do that. Okay, thank you for letting me know, Golden Sorcerer. That's gonna help me so much. You're being a little sinister today, Mr. Merc. As Shannon called out repeatedly for me to wait, a massive planetarium swallowed me up. In the sea of the pitch black starry sky, I was alone. We are alone here.
使用人ごっこはもうやめる。世界を変更。
So Gap did create
了解
Beatrice.
したぞ。それではいかようにしたものか。
But then, because this person's becoming
シ
Beatrice.
ャノンのような素敵な使用人も悪くはない。でも、魔女の楽しさを知ってしまったら、もう
Oh, it
戻れ
takes
ない
two people to create a universe. I get that. If I was a witch, I'd be the witch of being innocent and cute. My portrait would be chibi. You almost had. I was so happy, and then I was not. Almost got her. You're so... Oh. If she finished it, it would have came true. I would throw up and puke and die. You want that, Strange? That's what you want, Strange? I see how you feel.
シャノンはどうするのか。
シャノンはシャノンで、これからも尊敬
Well, you know, that just proves that I pay attention to what you guys say. And also that I read one word at a time. I think that's how you're supposed to read, though.
彼女は
Right?
彼女のままで。ただ、これからは私と二人ではなく、彼女
別れは唐突にであるな。まあ、よい。
Good, Miko. Read with love. No, I read with hate.
気まぐれ
Rawr.
人生は大切せぬというものよ。さればどうする？
No. No, I'm not gonna, because you guys told me to. And I'm a rebellious little bunny.
魔女がやりたい。ベアトがやりたい。
しかしわらわがすでにベアトリーチェであるぞ。
あなたが魔女で、
私の友人という設定はそのままで、ベアとは私ということに世界を変更する。
Your Honor, she is trolling us live on stream. Well, I am, Your Honor. What are you gonna do about it? I rule in my favor, damn right.
ベアトリーチェの友人の魔女と。
そんな感じだから、あなたは今からベアトリーチェじゃない魔女。
I was right. I was right. She did create Beato.
ではわらわの新しい名前は何とする？
ふさわしい名前が思いつくまで保留にする。しばらくは名なしでごめんね。
よいよい、せっかくの名前だ。熟考してもらわねば困るというもの。
Well, this is interesting now that this is the reason Gap is Beato's friend. Is it really her who creates Beato? She's not making... Yeah, because she's the one who put everything into place to make Beato who she is. So yeah, that's why I think that.
あなたはベアトリーチェが幼く、
Because she created Beatrice.
私のものを隠したりしてからかっていたことが縁の始まり。
Not my fault if Ryokishi goes the other way and is wrong. Because what I'm saying is right.
なるほど。それがやがて魔法に目覚めたベアトリーチェの対等な友人となるわけか。ではわらわは少しお姉さん的な立場の友人であるな。
そんな感じ。喋り方どうしようかな。
Does she become Big Sister Beato with the long hair? Or no? Is she just Gab?
ベアトリーチェの一人称はわらわですっかり馴染んでしまったな。そなたに譲るか？
His big sister? I don't know.
わらわという言葉遣いは私が引き継ぐ。
わかったぞ。ではわらわも、いやいや私もベアトリーチェの姉的立場である魔女の友人にふさわしい喋り方を探しておくことにする。
Logicers be like, yeah, I totally predicted that this was part of the truth. The way they're just writing lore right now.
いや、
なかなかの貫禄。
私の、いや、わらわの容姿はどうしたものか。
そうだな、私は真っ赤な魔女というか赤以外の雰囲気でまとめてみてはどうか。
ベアトリーチェは夜の屋敷を徘徊するとき、白い人影の姿を。
やはり亡霊といえば白がイメージか。
Whatever.
白いドレスの魔女。イメージをまとめてみる。
Any different look than the witch in the demon red dress, a white noble witch. Unlike the time with the red witch, I'm thinking about my own look now. So I'd like to make it beautiful and cute if I can. A white dress and a noble look. Like one of noble blood but with a dark sarcastic streak. No, she's like a tomboy princess, so her mixes of formality and rudeness. Then the dress should be the exact opposite to make a nice contrast. Interesting.
このような姿ではどうか。
これが新しいベアトリーチェの姿なの？
これは美しい。高貴な姫君みたいだね。
気に入った。悪くないぞこの姿。
いいじゃない。素敵よ、ベアと。
気に入った。実に気に入ったぞこの姿。
その調子で今度は私に素敵な名前をつけてくれると嬉しいわね。
I can't hold all these Beatrices for
いつ
real.
までも名なしじゃん。ふてくされちゃうわ。
安心せよ。必ず立派な名前を考えてやろうぞ。それよりまず考えたいことがある。それ物を隠したり別の場所に瞬間移動させる魔法は、だからわらわもわらわにふさわしい魔法のイメージを考える。魔法を使うとき黄金の蝶が飛び交う。そこは譲れぬぞ。
素敵ね。それこそまさに黄金の魔女。じゃあ雲の糸が
Me making OCs.
社に収められてる霊境
Me
が
me kidding things.
万能の魔
I
女
can't
に
hold all my
何
kin.
かささやかな弱点があった方が面白いというもの。ではこうしよう。雲の糸に触れたらやけどをするということとする。
So she's both Beatos combined, right? Gonna look like this, talk like this. Suddenly, a silvery spider dropped down vertically. Beato, now in her new form, lightly touched the silver spider web that trailed up behind it. As she did, there was a faint sound of flesh burning, and a thin burning was left across her fingers. Beatrice can't stand spider webs. That was one of the weaknesses of the evil spirits Kumasawa spoke of. Since the witch Beatrice had revived thanks to the powers of those evil spirits, she had also inherited their weaknesses. Therefore, the sacred mirrors are another one of my weaknesses. However, that secret mirror in the shrine isn't too likely to appear in front of me often. That's not so fun.
では霊力のある鏡は無論のこと、鏡自体も苦手ということにしよ
う。鏡って魔力があるってよく言うものね。いいんじゃない？いかにも魔女っぽい感じ。
鏡を見ると魔力が吸い取られる感じがするので苦手。面白そうだ。
If I really think about it, I'm bad with mirrors, whether I make that a rule or not. That's funny. No matter who I want or strive to be, the only face that I will show in a mirror is the heartless, pathetic, and realistic face of Yasu. Mirrors, which always force me to face my shabby reality, are something I always want to avoid. That's right, I hate mirrors. I don't want to see my pitiful self.
一度に何もかも決めなくていいわ。世界をゆっくりと作り上げていくのだってとても楽しいのだから。
分かっている。ゆっくりと魔女の生活を楽しみながらわらわの世界を膨らませてゆこうぞ。
あの狭くて暗い部屋はもうあんたの寝床じゃないわね。
わらわこそは黄金の魔女。ドッケン島の夜の支配者なれば、夜の屋敷はわらわのもの。わらわの住まうべきは屋敷ではないか。
ベアトリーチェの部屋決まってるじゃないか。
お屋敷の2階のあの素敵な部屋。
魔女の貴賓室こそベアトリーチェの部屋じゃないか。
おお、そうであったな。今宵よりわらわが住まうは夜の屋敷のあの部屋ではないか。これはうっかりしていた。
じゃあ行きましょう。魔女が2人お茶をするならあんな狭い部屋じゃなくて、
Gap is so
素敵な
hot.
部屋でするべきだ。
I'm looking respectfully.
そうであるな。友人を招いて茶を振る舞うにはあの部屋は粗末が過ぎる。
I wonder what Gap looks like in the version where they all have huge tits.
部屋を変えよう。有効ではないか。我がと
シャノンとはお別れね。
When I looked at my feet, I could see my own dorm room far beneath me. I could see Shannon, who had dashed up to the bed I lay on, and had been saying wait the moment time froze. She was as rigid as a doll. Looking down at it from this height, it really did look like a small dollhouse.
さらばだシャノン。
Damn, Gap cosplayers cover up the naked sides. It's probably really hard to create a dress like that. That's probably why that part is essential. I think it should, because imagine trying to put something together like that, like realistically. It would be really, really hard to get it to just stay like that. You have to be really, really good at sewing, and like you'd probably have to put in like a corset or something and then split it in half. It's painted on. Oh, I guess you could, I mean, I guess. I thought there was there because her name's Gap and there's a gap in her dress. I mean, it's unrealistically sticking to her skin. Well, I think it's just drawn. I don't think it's painted. I mean, I think that's why cosplayers don't do it, is what I'm saying. I was your only close friend too, wasn't I? Please forgive me for erasing that friend so suddenly. As a parting gift, it will erase me from your world. So I already know this will not be a two-person room. Wait, let me go get more water. I'll be right back. It will be a single-person room with just you in it. I hope you continue to strive for your ideal of to become a kind, reliable servant loved by everyone. Yasu, the stupid, clumsy servant who lost things all the time, doesn't exist anymore. So long, Shannon. When I mature as the witch Beatrice and stride through the nighttime mansion where I will, I may bump into you as you do your nighttime rounds. However, when I meet you again, it will not be a reunion. It will be our first meeting. After all, though you have heard the rumors of the witch Beatrice, you have never met her. So long, Shannon. Let us meet again sometime and spin up some fun tale. I mean, this is only, what, chapter 4 out of 8 for the fucking book thing? It's interesting how Yasu can just decide things and it just happens. Oh, isn't it? Don't give me hints. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't think you meant that as a hit. But yeah, it is. I don't know. Seems like magic to me. Because it takes two people to create a universe. I've already said that. I don't know. What was I doing? Your mom. Was I talking in my sleep? Apparently I'd gone out of bed, stretched my hand towards it, and said, wait. It isn't the first time I've woken up to find myself saying something strange, but I don't remember ever waking up to find myself out of bed and standing up. Could this be what they call sleepwalking? Am I just tired? Gotta sleep. Gotta get back to sleep. I turned around to face my bed. My bed wasn't there. There was no bed in this room except the one I just turned my back on. If I'm the only one in this room and the one bed is the one behind me, that must mean it's my bed. This feels wrong for some reason. The bed sheets are all disarranged as though someone had slipped out of them. Who did? Is this a single person room with me in it, right? So that there is my bed and the traces of someone crawling out meant that I was just sleeping there until a second ago? But for some reason, that bed doesn't feel like my bed. Shannon's disassociating. However, though all the other kids shared rooms, I, Shannon, was given a single person room, so there's only one bed, and it must be mine. I must just be half asleep. School starts early tomorrow morning, and when school ends, I want to go to the mansion, help out with some work, and talk to Kumasawa-san about the mystery novel I just read.
きっと疲れてるからおかしなことを考えちゃうのね。おやすみなさい。シャノ、布団に包まれて静かに目を閉じればもう何も難しいことは考えなくていいんだよ。
Okay, that was weird. What did Shannon create Oh, this is too much. Went back into my bed. Felt a bit uncomfortable to crawl into bed that wasn't mine. Still, it might just be because I'm getting so sleepy, starting to feel as though this is my bed after all. I'm just half asleep.
私はシャノン、一人ぼっちの使用人。時々失敗もしちゃうけど、誰からも愛される優しい使用人になりたい。
I thought that was Yasu. So this is weird. Yeah, I say goodnight to myself every night. Mm-hmm. This is fucking weird. This is exactly what Yasu was.
おやすみ、私。
I don't say goodnight to myself. I say goodnight to my cat though. Cause my cat cuddles with me every day. Every time I lie down, my cat jumps up to my... She like has a sense. She'll wake up and come running to my bed and start cuddling up with me. And I'm like, my baby.
我こそは我にして我らな。もう使用人ごっこは飽きた。人間ごっこは飽きた。これより我は、今宵より我は、1000年を経た黄金の魔女、ベアトリーチェであるぞ。たたえよ使用人ども、怯えよ。夜回りに選ばれたることを。夜の島は、屋敷は、すべてわらわのもの。わらわの時間。ああ、我こそは我にしては。さあ、我らの世界にて、それはまるで鳩のように。やれやれ、今夜も人間の書物を魚に神秘の月を飲み干そう。これがミステリー、これが密室、これが人間には不可能な犯罪とな。笑わせる。その程度の隙だらけの穴だらけが人間には不可能な犯罪とな。わらわを簡単させる素晴らしき密室魔法はないのか。ああ、やれやれ、これもこれもそれもあれもバカらしい。くすりとは笑えるが、これでは月と書物のどちらが魚かわからぬというもの。
Oh, I'm one yet many. Quote of all time.
ミステリーに飽きれば蝶に姿を変えて広大な森を自由気ままに散歩しようではないか。臆病なる夜回りの使用人の後を窓の戸締まりを確かめるとき、そのガラス何をするも自由自在。夜のいたずらはよし決めたぞ。
I guess this is what happens when you bully someone. The witch of trolling, for real.
それは愉快。今宵も愉快だ。魔女の世界は想像力の限りの全てを遊べる。わらわの想像力こそが我が魔力の源なのだ。ならばよかろう。面白い。
Is Strange still here, by the way?
それを無限
I
大
have
に
a
広
question
げ
to
よう。
ask him.
そしてそれで島をすべて飲み込んでやる。
Yep, there we go. There's Strange popping up. Oh my god, me and Strange are on the same wavelength. In this moment, I'm beach is true. This reminds me of cringe things I did when I was a kid and first saw Blade. I love that. Strange, how long have you been watching, by the way? I was just curious. Because I know Golden Sorcerer's been here for a minute. I wasn't sure how long you've been here. The whole time? Wait, since the beginning? No, I mean like been here and like been following me. Not, I don't mean this stream. I mean like oh, I don't know.
ああ、魔女の日々のなんと優雅で愉快なることか。ああ、我こそは我にして
Gonna wake up tomorrow and decide Merc is dead and being Burn Castle sounds more fun. I think more than a month. Okay, you're on chapter 5 of this? Oh. I'm thinking of giving you VIP as well. That's why I was wondering that. Mark, you know what's funny? Sometimes when I have like really VIP it's just a little badge that you get. See, Golden Sorcerer has it. I think there's like certain powers you get, but I don't know. I think it's just like if I ever go into sub mode only, I think you're able to be in it too. I think you're resistant to timeouts and stuff too. Yeah, you should get it as well. I agree. Yeah, you get this little badge. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I become a wish? Yeah, you do. After this scene, I'm gonna switch games, so I'll try and do it then.
愉快なる魔女の世界に乾杯
Well, there we go. There's VIP swag. Yeah. Well, I was thinking you've been here for a minute, so I wanted to show you that I appreciate that you're still here. You know, and that you show up so often. You know, you're here like every day like Golden Sorcerer, so I wanted to show you that I really appreciate it. That's why I gave Golden Sorcerer it, and I want to give you it. Mammy!
置く時の向きもきちんとしてますか？はい、もちろん。ちゃんとリストに従いました。ありがとう。源氏様、客室の準備も完了です。
ご苦労。最後にシャノンの目でも直接すべて確認するように。それから奥様が食堂のテーブルクロスをもう一度変えるようにと仰せだ。
あらあら。昼間に皆さんで苦労して変えたばかりだというのに、どうしてまた？
あのテーブルクロスではどうも色が違います。よくよく室内との調和を見てみたら、やはり合いませんでした。やはり別のテーブルクロスにします。ああ、それから客間のシャンデリアの清掃はエヴァさんが見上げてなんて言い出すことが二度とあってはなりませんよ。
ご安心を。すでに入念に清掃と確認をしております。最後に私もすべてを確認いたします。
I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw some fries in an air fryer.
Okay. 私も最後に全てを確認します。シャノン、若い使用人たちを連れて新しいテーブルクロスを準備するように、もう少し清潔感を感じる白いものを探すのですよ。
はい、かしこまりました。
Still don't know where Cannon is. Natsu is even more high-strung than normal and walked about, barking orders here and there. Even though the sky was beginning to get dark, the servants moved hurriedly about. Tomorrow is the annual family conference. It isn't particularly rare for each individual families to visit the island, but this is the only time that they all come together. It is the most important day of the year for both the Ushiromiya family and Rokunjima. Natsuhi, who was short-tempered on top of being high-strung, kept ordering that the servants redo this or that, since it doesn't really look like good at all. This would keep them going until late into the night. Now that Shannon had many years of experience and Natsuhi had put her in a position of responsibility, she was called over many times to have strict orders showered on her. So when Shannon finished her shower and lay down on the bed in the servant waiting room, she fell asleep almost immediately. You can hear the sound of wind coming from somewhere far away. It's a bit different from the sound of wind outside her room would make. It's almost as though I'm sitting in a desk chair in a rose garden, turning over in my sleep with the feeling of the wind in my hair. That's right, the feel. This isn't a sound, it's a feeling. Then this is a dream? Just as I was about to accept this theory, I thought I heard someone talking to me. My. Seems the work of a servant is just as boring as it ever was. Not only boring, but difficult, strict, constraining, joyless. And yet all you get in return for your years of service is some level of respect from the newer servants. And even that is far from sufficient to repay you for all the hard work you've done.
もういい加減飽きはせぬかその生活に
Huh? Who? She wasn't just imagining someone talking to her. She was shocked to find that it was her. I wonder if she's gonna... If this Beato is gonna redo it, or maybe Shannon's the next Beato. Because maybe that's why she'll create canon and stuff. Or maybe she'll kill everyone to marry George, and that's why she released the inner spirits. You know, when she broke the mirror for Beato. I don't know. I don't know. She couldn't say anymore. She was literally stunned silent. Shannon, who had been sleeping on her bed, was somehow in a rose garden. However, though this rose garden resembled the rose garden of Rokkenjima, it was completely different. After all, the roses were golden. And it wasn't just the flowers, but the dancing butterflies too. It was a gold rose garden of mysterious beauty. Somehow Shannon was sitting in a chair under the arbor. It was as though she'd taken a nap there and woken up from a dream. But it felt strange. Is this golden rose garden a dream? For some strange reason, it felt as though my entire life up until this point had been a dream and that I had finally awakened here.
ようこそシャノン我が黄金のバラ庭園へ
There was that voice again. Shannon looked around to find who it was. As she did, a golden butterfly landed on the seat across from her and instantly created a human form.
久しぶりであるな、シャノン。元気であったか？まあ、元気であったろうな。わらわは毎日そなたたちを観察しているのだから。
This woman laughed as though she was an old friend of Shannon's. However, Shannon obviously didn't remember this strange gold rose garden, and she didn't remember this person's face either.
そうだったな。そなたはわらわをもはや覚えてはおらぬのだったな。
私はあなたを忘れているのですか？だったらごめんなさい。
謝るには及ばぬ。 そのようにしたのだからそなたの罪ではない。名乗ろう。わらわは黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。
ベアトリーチェ様、親方様が口にされる後宮家の恩人の。
そのベアトリーチェではない。六軒島の夜を支配する黄金の魔女のベアトリーチェである。そなたが日々敬意を忘れぬ館のもう一人の主であるぞ。
あなたがベアトリーチェ様。
怯えずともよい。わらわとそなたはもともとは同じ仲間。いやいや、わらわはそなたに憧れ日々使用人の仕事に励んでいたこともあったのだ。
私はずっと一人部屋でルームメイトは。
別れの時そなたの記憶を奪った。しかしわらわはそなたとルームメイトだったことを忘れぬ。そしてそなたとの友情をわらわの方から一方的に破棄し立ち去った子だからこそ、一人残すそなたに悲しみを与えぬためにわらわとの日々の記憶も世界も全てを消し去ったのだ。分かろうとしないでよい。ただこれだけは信じよ。わらわはそなたに危害を加えるためにここに呼んだのではない。
ここは私の夢の中ではないのですか？
夢の中と思ってよい。厳密には眠ったそなたの魂を我が庭園に招いたのだ。そなたをこの世界の住人に招くために。
Beatrice snapped her fingers, and a storm of golden butterflies all rose up and around the rose garden. As a cloud of butterflies danced over the table, a gorgeous tea set appeared. There were teacups and a teapot, more elegant even than those used by the Ushiromiya family. Tea was filled to the brim and had a sweet rose scent, one which Shannon had never smelled before. Before there was even time to be amazed by that scent, butterflies started gathering one by one on the table, and the tea stand sprouted right out of it. It was like watching a magical mushroom from a fairy tale kingdom grow out of the ground. It was a many-layered tea stand filled with beautiful cakes like edible jewels. And of course, there were also several lovely light brown scones. The honey truly was golden honey with bits of gold leaf dancing through it.
後ろ宮家も時にティーパーティーを開くようだが、わらわのそれとは比べ物にもなるまい。
すごい。こんなの見たことありません。
見たことがあろうとも、それは休場する立場からであろうが、そなたはわらわの友人。給仕の必要はないぞ。何しろわらわは魔女。給仕は間に合っているのでな。さあ、遠慮することはない。好きなだけ頬張るがよい。
ありがとうございます。
One second. That was all Shannon managed to say. It would be hard for anyone to say much more after being suddenly invited to such a beautiful witch tea party.
まずは紅茶からどうか。ミルクは新鮮。砂糖もそのままかじりたくなるほどの上物よ。しかしまずは最初はストレートを進めたい。バラの花びらをほんの一枚浮かべるだけでもう二度と人の世の紅茶など飲めなくなってしまうに違いないぞ。
Laughing happily, Beatrice opened not a sugar pot but a rose petal pot and picked up a single crimson petal and floated it on her tea after relishing its scent. Shannon did the same, picking up a single petal and smelling its aroma.
なんて素敵な香り。これは本当にこの世のバラの香りなの？
喜んでもらえて嬉しい。すりつぶしてジャムにしてもこれがまた絶品でな。スコーンにもこの上なくよく合う。試してみるか？
あ、じゃあ少しだけ。
Shannon had been invited to this witch tea party suddenly. However, the witch seemed so truly innocent, and her smile as she played the hostess was so happy it made Shannon want to smile too. The tension in Shannon's heart gradually faded, and she started to enjoy her chat with this witch.
使用人の仕事も大変であろうな。わらわもよく覚えているぞ。礼拝堂の窓枠の掃除がとにかく面倒であった。
驚きました。あなたも使用人として働いていたことがあるのですか？
短い間だ。覚えておらぬだろうが、そなたと共に働いていたのだぞ。わらわはドジで物をよくなくす愚か者。そなたはわらわの憧れる理想の使用人であった。
なのに私が覚えていなくて。本当。
それを詫びる必要はない。ここではそなたは使用人ではなく、ここでは何の不自由もない。何の苦労も退屈もない。そなたが望むすべてのものを与えることができるのだ。今やわらわにはそれだけの力がある。それに至ったことをそなたには知らせたかったのだ。
何の取り柄もない私を本当にありがとうございます。
辛き日々を今日まで耐え忍んだそなたへの褒美であると。そうさあ、黄金の蝶たちよ、わらわの友人を退屈させるでないぞ。軽やかな舞を見せるがいい。それに飽きたなら楽団を呼び出し、そなたの好きな曲を何でも演奏させよう。それにも飽きたなら勝者なる使い魔たちに種なし手品を披露させてやろうぞ。安心せよ。ここでの時間は無限。そしてそなたの願いもまたわらわの茶会に終わりはないのだ。
In a truly good mood, the witch told Shannon several strange stories. They were all stories Shannon had never heard before, very interesting stories. And they were all odd, bizarre fairy tales. Shannon felt as though she'd become Alice in Wonderland. The time she spent in this tea party was strange, pleasant, and also relaxed. No, the clocks have no hands at this tea party. So time passed like a Sunday morning when you can wrap yourself in a blanket for as long as you want.
本当にこんな素敵な時間を与えてくださり感謝します。
礼はいらぬ。なぜなら人の世で礼は別れの言葉を兼ねるのであろう。この茶会に終わりはない。
What if this Beata is in love with Shannon and she starts killing all of them because Shannon falls in love with George? Lol.
でも感謝します。ベアトリーチェ様、こんな素敵なお茶会を本当にありがとうございます。でも終わらない夢はないように、この夢も終わらないといけません。
ほう、なぜに終わらねばならぬのか。
明日も早いので、いつまでもここでおしゃべりをしていたら奥様に大目玉をもらってしまいます。
なぜにわざわざ短気な夏日のいる世界へ帰りたがるというのか。いやいや、労を多くして何のねぎらいもない人間の世界へなぜにわざわざ帰ろうというのか。
私人間ですし、いつまでもここでお世話にはなれません。
シャノン、そなたは勘違いをしている。わらわはそなたを招いたが追い返すような真似はしない。 ここでの時間は永遠だ。そなたが別れを切り出さねばならぬ義理などない。わらわはそなたとどれだけ茶会を共にしようとも飽きぬぞ。むしろそなたという話し相手が実に心地よい。
お言葉は嬉しいですけど、
Thought you were furniture. What's up with that?
自分の世界に帰らなくちゃいけません。
Obviously, this is a different Shannon than the one we know, because the one we know has canon, so this world has to get redone or something.
火事にこき使われ、なぜわざわざ帰るというのか。
それでもそこが私の世界ですし。
シャノン、そのような世界がそなたの世界である必要があるというのか。率直に言おう。シャノン、わらわはそなたを招いたのではない。迎えに来たのだ。
迎え？
かつてそなたのような良き使用人を目指し、そして魔女の世界に憧れ、使用人から魔女となったわらわは、だからそなたを迎えに来たのだ。
Beatrice spoke quietly and slowly rose from her seat.
シャノン、やはり使用人よりも魔女の世界の方がずっと楽しいぞ。この茶会など旧友とのほんの挨拶代わりでしかない。わらわとそなたが望めば望んだ数だけ、それこそ無限に永遠にこの黄金のバラ庭園を完成させた今、わらわは至ったのだ。こここそが理想郷。そう、ここを黄金の理想郷と名付けよう。
The other Beato probably got born because this Beato got hurt
もう何の不自由も
or
忍
something.
耐も努力も必要ない。ここでそなたとわらわ
Peaceful
は永遠
music
にい
too.
つまでも楽しく過ごすのだ。まるで終わりのないおとぎ話のようにな。
素敵な申し出を本当にありがとうございます。でも私は元の世界へ帰らなくてはなりません。
なぜに？
ここは私の世界ではありませんの
Shannon,
で。
you suck.
それは認める。これまではそなたの世界ではなかった。だからわらわが招くのだ。これよりここはわらわとそなたの世界となる。そなたはもう客人ではない。この世界のもう一人の主となるのだ。わらわにも何の遠慮も無用。この無限の世界でかつてルームメイトだった時のように過ごすだけの話。
その記憶がないことが私でもそのお招きはお断りしたいと思います。
なぜにそなたに人間のどんな義理があるというのか。
True, the world of the humans, the world of the servants is busy all the time. Madame is strict, high-strung, and has a short temper. Be a lie if I said everyday chores weren't a pain, and having to balance work with school makes it even harder. Beatrice had watched over Shannon's painful days the whole time. She had seen those constantly tired shoulders heave and sigh in a sigh over and over. That was why she had invited Shannon here. This is the golden paradise. She had tried to give Shannon a perfect welcome, truly make her happy. So I had Shannon selected her original world over this one. Beatrice was overcome with shock and completely unable to understand.
この理想郷にてわらわはそなたに対し最高のもてなしをした。そしてそれはこれからもそれ以上の楽しい日々が続く。なのにそれでも人間の世界を選ぶそなたには人間の世界にて魔女の閲楽以上の楽しさがあるというのか。
はい、人間の世界にだって魔法に負けないくらい楽しいことがあります。
What?
バカな。あるわけがない。
いいえ、あります。
You suck, Shannon. Shannon's expression was soft. However, her words were firm. There was something wonderfully fascinating in the human world. What is it, George? Don't tell me it's George. And that something was apparently not in this paradise where everything was supposedly just as they wanted. Maybe Beato's a George hater too.
バカな。わからぬ。わからぬ。
Beatrice mustered. She shifted restlessly several times. However, no matter how often she said it, Shannon smiled and faltered, and Beatrice couldn't think of an answer.
では、お茶、本当に美味しかったです。
わからぬ。わらわは全てを無限に手に入れられる。そのわらわに、そなたは手に入れられぬものがあると。
はい。
知りたい。全てを手に入れたと信じるわらわが、未だ手に入れておらぬものとは何なのか。
多分、あなたはもう、だから私をここへ招いてくれたのではないですか？
What is it, love?
魔女を煙に巻くというのか。
では、これでここに住むことはできませんが、お茶会にお誘いくださった時には必ずお伺いしようと思います。
もう呼ばぬわ。安心するがよい。
Aww, poor Beato. Beato snapped her fingers and Shannon popped out of existence. Shannon's soul had returned to the dream of her original self. When humans have many dreams in a night, they can remember none of them. Well, sometimes they remember them. The tea party in this paradise mixed with the other many dreams and vanished. The next morning, Shannon would not remember this tea party. However, Shannon's cup remained here. The witch who had lost her guest and was standing all alone looked the more lonely. The witch dug her fingernails into a tablecloth. The grimace as she bit her lower lip made it clear she hadn't solved puzzles Shannon had left behind.
リッチェ、気にすることないわよ。
A black hole opened above Shannon's empty seat, and the owner of that voice fell out of it.
気にもする。ああもガツンと言われてはな。
夜明けも近いから早く睡眠に戻りたいだけだったんじゃない？
わらわが知らず、そしてシャノンが知る閲楽とは何か。わらわの理想郷になくて人間の世界にのみある何かとは何か。わからぬ。知りたい。
難しいこと考えたって頭痛の種に水をやるだけだわ。シャノンの代わりなら私たちで楽しくお茶会を過ごしましょうよ。
もう茶会の気分ではない。そなたとの茶会はもう飽きた。
あらあら、釣れないわ。
The witch shrugged and laughed and took a bite out of a scone. She then blew into it and it swelled up like a balloon before finally popping. Golden ribbons and butterflies flew out, but Beatrice didn't appear to notice.
一体何をわらわは持たぬというの。何を。
I knew it was George.
どうぞお足元にお気をつけになって。
No, actually it's the captain that she doesn't possess. I knew
あ
it.
りがとう船長さん。お体本当に
Ava,
大事
you're
に
an
なさって
evil
ね。
witch. I don't know why everyone loves you.
わしの友人にな、肩こりによく効くっちゅうのを商ってるのがおるんや。
I really wonder how my perspective's gonna change in
次
chapter
の
8,
時試供品もらっ
supposedly.
てくるで。
いえいえ、お気遣いをありがとうございます。
ほらガキども、いつまではしゃぎ回ってやがる。とっとと降りろい。
ほらマリア、ママと一緒にお船を降りましょうね。
Maria, Rosa led by the hand, was still too young for kindergarten. However, she still seemed to notice her cousins, whom she rarely ever saw, were playing all around her. And she was very excited. Adler and George had the energy of middle school and nearly middle school kid. Oh my god, do we get to meet Asumu? Those two, along with Jessica, who had met them on Nijima, were clambering around on the boat. Oh my god, finally! Rudolph let an arm out to his right Asumu.
ようこそ六軒島へ。長旅を大変お疲れ様でございました。
The whole family had gathered for the conference. At this point in time, Rudolph's wife was still Asumu, and Angie hadn't been born. Goda and Cannon hadn't been employed by the Ushiromiya family, and the witch's epitaph, which would toy with the family's fate, hadn't appeared yet. They probably couldn't even imagine the bizarre crimes that they would encounter several years later.
旦那様、奥様、親族の方々がご到着なさいました。
では、私は親父殿に声をかけてくるとしよ
う。お願いします。私は皆様方をお迎えします。あ、シャノン、この窓枠を掃除したのは誰ですか？まだ埃があるではありません。大急ぎで拭きなさい。
かしこまりました、奥様。
Oh, come on, Leslie's making her work so hard again. Just what good does she find in such a limited ulcer-inducing life? I wanted to know. Shannon, what is it that you found? And what did you mean when you said I already knew what I was missing? Shannon, is this something that really must have been learned by learning about you?
親族会議の日の六軒島は普段とな。
それは絶対賑やかさ。これだけの子供が集まることはないものね。
Is 6 years ago when the new universe was created that had to do with Battler? Because she fell in love with Battler by watching Shannon?
大人たちにとっては緊張感を強いられる日だったろうけれど、僕たち子供にとっては仲良しのいとこたちと一度に会える素敵な日だったね。
夏はいとこたちで海ではしゃいだし、冬は冬でいろいろゲームをして遊んだっけ。俺たちにとっては親族会議ってのは楽しいもんだったぜ。
それは私もだぜ。母さんなんかは粗相があってはダメとかうるさかったけど、私にとってもいとこみんなで遊べる楽しい日だった。何しろ普段の六軒島には何もねえんだから。
すげえお屋敷に住んでたり、ガキの頃は羨ましいと思ってたけど、ジェシカの身になって考えるとさぞや窮屈だったと思うぜ。
だろうね。六軒島には本当に何もない。友達の家もお隣もご近所もない。ジェシカちゃんの気持ちを考えると少し気の毒に思うよ。
だから私にとっては親族会議の日ははしゃいでふざけて、まるでお祭りの日みたいな気持ちだった。徹底的に悪ふざけの限りを尽くしたぜ。
So cute.
大人たちは小難しい話ばかりで、あっちで遊んでなさいってことになったなら。
年の近いいとこたちが3人。はしゃぎ回らないわけがない。
いや、3人4人だったよ。
エンジェは生まれてないし、マリアはまだ一緒に遊べるよ。
違うよ、フルフル。年が近いのはいとこだけじゃないよ。
シャノンちゃんだよ。彼女も俺らと同じくらいの年だったからな。
母さんが使用人のことは話すなとうるさかったけれど、私とシャノンは少しずつ交流を深めていったよ。六軒島で最も年が近い唯一の女の子だったんだから。
僕たちとシャノンの4人は仲良しだったんだ。親族会議の時はいつも楽しく遊んでいたよね、シャノン。
はい、奥様に知られればお叱りを受けることと分かってはおりましたが。
Is that why Shannon glitched so much? Because she had such a special connection to Beatrice?
叱らせなんかしねえぜ。シャノンはずっと 私の気持ちを唯一理解してくれる親友だったぜ。
ありがとうございます、お嬢様。
Simply could not hide my shock. How had she formed a relationship with the children of this family, despite being only a servant? Natsu probably been very careful to prevent such a relationship. However, it's no surprise that Jessica, all alone on this island, would want to be friends with a kid her age. And Shannon was also alone on this island without any friend her age. They both understood their relationship as master and servant, and they somehow managed to strike up a friendship. Then at the family conference, Jessica had introduced Shannon to George and Battler. All the adults had their hands full with their complicated discussion in the mansion. During that time, Shannon was able to set aside her role as a servant for a little bit, acting her age with Jessica, George, and Battler. I didn't even know that Shannon had constructed this new world so quickly. As a butterfly hiding in the shadows, I observed the new world of Shannon's.
あの日も僕らはバラ庭園を、そして浜辺を駆け回ったよ。
Why do you exist, George?
ただ駆け回ってふざけ合うだけが最高に楽しかったな。
だな。この時ばかりはシャノンちゃんも年相応の笑顔を見せてくれたぜ。
ちょっとはしゃぎすぎてたかもです。お恥ずかしい。
今でこそバトラーも立派な身長だけど、当時は私やシャノンの方が背が高いし力も強かったっけ。
当時の俺は
成長が遅い方の方が背は伸びる。
そうだろうな。シャノンちゃんの胸もあの頃は全然こんなじゃなかったもんな。
Bruh. Oh my god, ew, that sprite! Why does that sprite exist?
シャノンだってあの頃からもう女性の魅力を持ち始めてたよね。
どうでしょう。
女性の魅力ってなんだよ。いやらしい。
いやあの頃はまだ俺も可愛かったな。夏服の肩からちらりと見える紐に青い春の稲妻を感じたもんだぜ。ジョージの兄貴と一緒にシャノンちゃんの胸はいくつくらいか夜にこそこそと話し合ったのが懐かしいぜ。
Well, Dana also had bad shit too. I'm not judging too hard.
ジョージ様。
I'm just judging.
おそらくは大いに誤解のある話だと思うよ。僕は男女の成長の違いについていとこ同士での夜のワイ談はむしろ健全な発育の証であって。
いやみんなでいとこ部屋で深夜になるまでそういう話をして、隣のクラスの誰々がキスをサマーキャンプで素敵だなと思ってたことを手をつなげちゃったとか、誰々は自分に気がありそうでとかなんとか。いやなんか恥ずかしくて全身が痒くなってきたぜ。
いいじゃないか。
I'm launching Battler into the ocean. Hi, Zeffy.
それもまた青春の甘酸っぱい1ページ。
男女を意識し合うところから一番最初のピュアな恋が生まれるの。
ただ男女で一緒にいたいだけというそれでいて高潔な
Or
最初の
same-sex.
恋。
Gay people exist.
素敵だわ。年頃の少年少女たちが愛の世界を思い浮かべながら語り合う。そんなこともありましたでしょうか。
何をとぼけてるんだか。耳まで真っ赤になりながらもシャノンちゃんが一番興味津々って感じだったじゃねえかよ。
興味津々なんてことはありませんでした。私はその皆さんよとその
シャノンが一番かまととぶってて、そのくせ興味津々だった。一番むっつりスケベだった。
そんなことありません。そんなことありません。
I don't really give a fuck.
お嬢様嫌いです。
そういつもこんな感じ。
Ew, I hate you.
昼は子供らしくはしゃぎ合
Hate
い、
him.
夜は枕を寄せて秘密の話に花を咲かせた。それら全部をひっくるめてどれも懐かしいね。
エッチな話をひそひそして親の足音が近づいてきたらガバッと布団に潜って寝たふりしたりとかあったな。
あったあった。修学旅行かっつーの。
全員同時にガバッと隠れる感じ、暗黙のルールみたいな感じというか、妙な連帯感というか、あの感じがすごい好きでした。
ま、とにかくそういう話だけじゃなかったよ。他にもいろいろあった。僕たちはまさに青春を謳歌し合っていたよ。
これは何だというのか。
Shannon, is this that fun thing of the human world? Is this incomprehensible messing around the thing that you found?
子供同士が群れてバカバカしい遊びに熱中し、これがそなたの見つけた魔女の閲楽にも勝る人間の閲楽だというのか。
はい、あなたにはこれが楽しくは見えませんか？
退屈とは言わぬ。だがこの低俗なはしゃぎ合いが消せぬ。
Also, you can literally just play that game with Beato.
人と触れ合うことはとても楽しいことな。もちろんあなたの世界も楽しいものだと思います。それでも私はこちらを選びます。
わからぬ、わからぬ。
Beatrice held her head as though she was having a headache, but no matter how much she grimaced, she couldn't think of an answer.
教えよ、そなたはこのような低俗なはしゃぎ合いの中に。
知りたいですか？
知りたい。
恋です。
Yeah, I knew it. Oh, stupid George. I hate George so much. George is the reason Beatrice is gonna be sad.
これ前に約束した。
ありがとうございます。お借りしますね。
いいよ、シャノンちゃんにやるよ。俺はもう読み終わっちまったし。
そんな、もらってしまっては悪いです。高いものでしょうし。
バザーでほんの何百円かでまとめが気にするなって。それより早く全部読んでまたいろいろと議論をしようぜ。シャノンちゃんといろいろ議論するのは楽しいからさ。
Maybe it's Battler.
私も楽しいです。ミステリーは一人で読むよりも二人で読む方が楽しいですよね。
議論したり妄想したりするのが楽しいよな。ミステリーは読んで半分を楽しみ、読んだ人間同士で語り合って初めて全てを楽しめるってのが俺
Our
の持論
relationship
だぜ。
began when we realized that we both read mystery novels. We were both surprised and very interested to find that the other not only read tons of mystery novels, but that reading them was very thoroughly. I didn't know she loved Battler first. Ever since then, it's been like this. Separated from the games we played with all the cousins, the two of us met together for some time alone. First, it was sort of like a contest to see who knew more than the other. However, eventually this turned into respect for how much the other had read and how deeply they were able to think about it. Respect. Trust. Those emotions made our friendship even stronger. Of course, all of that had still fallen within the category of friendship. But we were slightly aware of the fact that the other was of the opposite sex, making for a relationship that was charming or youthful, or maybe you could call it exciting. However, we were still at the age where calling us young men and women would probably be a bit too gracious. Of course, we didn't know anything about love, so you can understand the exciting feeling in our chests, both bitter and sweet, that we could only feel when we were alone together. However, we realized that there was some unknown emotion hidden behind that feeling. Just as our hearts raced, we had our hands upon the door. That was the exciting age we were at, so at some point our discussions about mystery novels became just an excuse for us meeting alone.
ホワイダニットを大切にした推理小説ってあまりねえんだよな。
ホワイダニット？ 犯人の動機ですか？
ああ、推理小説で探るべき3つの論点はフーダニット、ハウダニット、そしてホワイダニット。この前者2つを扱う小説は結構多いと思うが、最後のホワイダニットを扱う小説って
犯人特定後に動機を自白する作品は結構あると思いますけど、
それを犯人が自白する前に推理できるようになってなければダメなんだ。動機がないと思われていた人物が推理不能な動機により事件に及ぶってのは、俺は個人的にはアンフェアだと思ってる。
Who's the culprit? How did he commit the crime? Why did he commit the crime?
誰が犯人かとか、どんなトリックでとか、それを問う作品はすげえ多いぜ。いや、ほとんどだろうな。しかし動機を推理する作品ってのは決して多くないと思う。
そうですね。Who、How、Why の3つの中で一番ないがしろにされているよ。
ホワイダニットを大切にしない推理小説ってのは、
Hold on, I'm getting a really important call right now. Okay, sorry about that. I had to answer that. I shouldn't be getting another. That was the only call that I needed to answer ever, like, probably. So, it's just my psychiatrist, nothing serious. But I need to reschedule my appointment, you know?
いや、つまらないって言ってんじゃない。なんていうのか。一番大
切なものが
心だよ。心が足りない。
Is Will Battler or something?
人の心ってのはすごく重要だと思うんだ。人間が殺人を決意し、計画し、準備し、ものすごい大きな心の力が必要なはずなんだ。人は心で動いてるんだぜ。
In other words, only the heart can kill a person. When an emotion upheaval grows strong enough to make a person want to kill, the result tragedy is called murder. If we turn it around, does that mean that the true way to close in on our crime is by searching for the heart that brings about the tragedy of murder? Well, I tried that, but the problem is, you're all so fucked up. It could be any of you who did it through the heart. So, yeah. That doesn't really help, Battler. Thanks, though. If you turn around... Oh, I think I read that. Only the heart can kill a person. So if a person has been killed, you must search for the heart. That's what he's saying. Well, I search for it, and I don't get it.
犯人がただの殺人狂でなんだか少し好きになれない。
殺すに値する
Well, yeah, I think
十分
most
な
people are
心
like
の
that.
動きを描いた作品。
Although it is refreshing to have people who are like truly evil to the core once in a while, but it would make sense. It's nice if they have reasons for that, you know? Like, people don't just spawn evil. At least I don't believe they do. I mean, I think people might spawn with tendencies to maybe lean towards that side over time, but I think it's way more nurture than nature.
そうさ。 そしてそれを推理させてくれる作品が俺は本当は一番好きなんだ。
Like, I don't know much about... never mind. I don't go that way. As he spoke, he looked back at me and smiled. Before today, I used to like novels that focus on exposing tricks. However, I decided to look for novels like the ones he recommended in the future.
心ってやつを俺はないがしろにしたくない。人は心で動いてるんだからな。
そうですね。おっしゃる通りだと思います。
This isn't limited to the mystery genre. All humans are moved by their hearts all the time. Being able to notice the heart is what allows for the interactions between people. No, interactions between hearts. None of us humans can live on our own, and yet we have no way of peeking into the hearts of others. That's why every meeting between people is a mystery of the heart. Finding those, reasoning about them, and understanding each other is the key to interactions between people and hearts. The two of us are here all alone talking together about mysteries, and through that we are searching out each other's hearts. Speaking of the heart mysteries, I want you to feel about me the way I feel about you. We're both searching, trying to figure out the depths of each other's heart in this mystery of love.
Oh. もうこんな時間だな。兄貴たちを待たせちゃってるかな。
そろそろ戻った方がいい時間ですね。
シャノンちゃんと話してるとあっという間に時間が過ぎちまうな。
He seemed to be speaking the words of my heart, lol. You're thinking the same thing, so the words came out.
いつまでも二人きりでお話をできたらいいのに、時計の針が恨めしいです。
俺もだぜ。六軒島で一番楽しいのはこうしてシャノンちゃんと話すことだからな。
When I saw that his smiling eyes were looking right at me, I turned away. I couldn't let him see my suddenly red face.
私も外の世界へ出られたなら、もっともっとたくさんの本を読めるのに。
The bookshop on Nijima that I go to and the bookshop he goes to in the city are completely different scales. The book exchange between the two of us had become completely one-sided, with him giving me all the books.
シャノンちゃんはいつまで使用人を続ける気なんだ？
わかりません。
もしいつか辞める時が来たら俺のところへ来いよ。
Said it almost carelessly. Maybe he was a little embarrassed since he laughed weakly and blushed a
そしたら
little.
今度はもう時間も何も気にせずに済むもんな。
そうですね。ずっと一緒にいられますね。
The little secret dates on this island only happened a few times a year, and even when they did happen, it was only for a short, uncertain period of time. It wouldn't work over the phone or with letters. We can only talk about our mystery when we're standing together like this.
必ずその日は来るさ。
来るでしょうか。
ああ、絶対にな。
Certain? Why is he certain?
その日が来たら俺が白馬にまたがって迎えに来てやるぜ。
After saying this, he turned away. He was probably too proud to show me his blushing cheeks. But even without seeing, I knew what his face looked like. To come riding on a white horse. Isn't that like a prince riding a white horse? So what exactly does this mean? Does it mean you're gonna be my prince? Nope, apparently you picked George because you're stupid. My mind was going blank, so I just couldn't reason out his mystery of love, even though it was all plain and simple. I guess this is the only person I'd chip Battler with.
いつ来るんでしょう。
シャノンちゃんさえ決心したならすぐに。
My heart skipped a beat. It was so sweet, yet it hurt.
俺はいつだっていいんだぜ。シャノンちゃんの人生さ。よく考えてから決心するといい。俺はその決心がいつであってもそれを尊重するぜ。
はい。
その日まで。
Only I had been a bit more foolish and courageous. I could have said that then and there I was already prepared and asked him to take me away from this island right away. But I couldn't say it. I need to think carefully about my future for both our sakes. My head was filled with pointless, senseless thoughts.
嬉しいです。ありがとう。
With his back still to me, he scrunched his head and laughed. I knew he was doing this out of embarrassment, so I could clearly tell what his expression must have been. In that same way, he must have realized what my face looked like. We're both puzzle solvers of love. We theorize about each other's love, solving each other's mysteries.
時間をくれてありがとうございます。
時間は無限にあるぜ。
いいえ、それでは申し訳待ちくたびれちゃったら。だから、今日、今すぐ使用人をそう、1年後に。
If a year after now you're still coming for me on a white horse, and me too, if I still like you a year from now, I'd like to dedicate the rest of my life to you.
1年後に決心しようと。
1年か、いい時間だな。春夏秋、それだけの時間を過ごして自分
ですから来年きっと迎えに来てくださいね。
おう。
Oops.
その日が来るの。
He responded to my cowardly determination with quick, strong answer.
はい、私も絶対来てくださいね。
Did he not come because his mom died?
絶対ですよ。来年来てくださいね。
And Beato's doing all this because Shannon's her friend?
絶対来るぜ。ここで会おうな。
I bet he doesn't meet her. That's for certain. Yeah. I'm gonna save here. I think I'm actually just gonna end here because I need to go to the store and I'm feeling a little sleepy anyways, but I got a little bit of White Album and Umineko in. I might stream later on because my sleep schedule's been crazy, but I hope everyone had a good time and I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Thank you guys again for being here. Bye bye!